right then. Hi everyone. Okay, I need to ask. Sorry, I am interrupting our own intro for the new season just to ask this: what has happened? Why has Josh given Zach a heart attack? Can someone please let me know in chat? I'm concerned. Also, welcome one and all. To this, the Rise of the Runelords. We are starting our brand new chapter, the brand new adventure, the Hook Mountain Massacre, and of course, the person, the master, the indomitable, and of course, the incredibly handsome dungeon master who is going to be walking us through this incredible journey is none other than the illustrious GM Jared! Woo! Hi, Jared!
Hi, thank you very much for that amazing intro. I'll be sure to let my partner know that Michael is flirting with me, and I appreciate it.
Please do. I'll treat you right.
So, yes. Welcome, one and all, to the Runelord Legacy, where we will be playing the Rise of the Runelords, but the caveat is we are playing it in Pathfinder 2nd edition. Now, you're going to see some new faces, some old faces disappeared, but that's okay. We're still here having fun and entertaining everyone. Now, I'm going to throw it over to my amazing cast as they can introduce their characters, what's going on with them. We did take a week off, which in-game and out-of-game, so that's pretty awesome. So, yeah, so let me throw it over to the amazing Dawn. How are you doing this morning?
Folks, I'm doing really good. Glad to be back in the game. And I play Nexon, who is the gnome Stitch Witch of the group. Nexon is looking forward to meeting these new folks that we sensed had appeared.
Hello, everyone. I'm Becca Godsey. I play Rain, our Alceste Moose character, which is really exciting. Currently, even though we are sensing newcomers in this space, Rain is at any moment, just little moments here, trying to find meditation to recover slowly of who she is out of the trauma that we have experienced. So maybe we'll get there eventually.
Hi everyone, I'm AJ Winters. I'm a creative person from Perth, WA with Michael, Dead Aussie Gamer. I do world building on the internet and play D&D on several channels. You can check out my stuff if you want to see world building. I just released an episode about plants about 15 minutes ago. So go check that out in a break or something. I'm very excited to share with you my character, but I'm not going to do it yet. You're going to have to wait.
Hi everyone, same as AJ, I can't say much about my character, but all you have to know about me is that I'm a French webcomic artist, and my name is Ari, and I'm very pleased to join the adventure.
Hey, and you know me. I'm Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face, and you find it here all the time. I play the role of Malvolo, the human inventor, trap maker, and very, very quickly becoming like brain surgeon. I have no idea how I've managed to like really nail down my medicine checks. And of course, I also play the role of Collodi, his wisecracking puppet. Now, everyone says that I'm actually the life of the party because, Malvolo, he's stiff as a board, he can't get any emotion out of that guy. He wears a mask, he's got this whole thing, but I'm a lot of fun, so do stick around because we're gonna have a great time here today. We're gonna meet some new friends, we're done with murderers and ghost houses and stuff, so I'm keen as beans. Alright, let's get it going.
Thank you very much to everyone for those amazing introductions. I am super excited to get to play with Ari and AJ. But before we jump into the recap, I do have to say thank you very much to our sponsors, Hero Forge, which you will see over there, right above our illustrious Alceste's head, their little logo. Go check them out. All the miniatures you see underneath our names, or even next to mine, I got my own little GM miniature, were made by Hero Forge, and they help keep the lights on here. Additionally, Sirenscape does amazing sound work, and we use them all the time for all of our stuff. Especially those haunted houses moments. They really kill it with their spooky sounds, especially now going into the spooky season. And lastly, our biggest sponsors are you guys out there, because there are a number of ways you guys help keep the lights on here. And those ways are through the lovely donations Now, just donating is amazing, and thank you very much for that. But your donations do mess with our game and change how things interact. So for a $5 donation, you can award a hero point to a player or a GM, I'm just saying, of your choice. For $10, you can award a sin boon to a player or a GM of your choice. Now, sin boons are cool, really cool magic. It kind of lets the players kind of break the game a little bit, do some cool stuff. So they're really fun. They're based off of the 7 deadly sins, which are what the Runelords are based off of. And you'll see the little logos. Michael's playing with one right now, and it's pretty awesome. $20 donation, which is amazing. You could give one of the players a nat 20, which always comes in handy. Don't let them lie to you, especially when they're like, oh, I just rolled a 1. I'm going to use that nat 20. It really just changes the game. It's awesome. And for the amazing $50 donation is a mythical boon. And this is a magical item or a powerful ally that kind of shows up, helps the players out. And they've been reoccurring. They actually, the last game we played, the NPCs were very useful. They changed a lot of how the players interacted with the world. So that was really awesome. And then at the very bottom, under our newest player, AJ, you're going to see a little boss meter. When that thing fills up, we go into combat, and super cool, super exciting boss battle happens that I randomly make up on the spot and look panicked for about 30 seconds. So with all of that out of the way, and now I can catch my breath because I can do that all in one breath. That was pretty fun. I'm going to hop into the quick recap because we have been away for a week. We got new players sitting down with us. And we love them, and we didn't force them to watch a year's worth of videos. So the recap, our players had just defeated the Lamia over in the tower on Magnamar in the underbridge section of the city. In that battle, our dear friend and closest ally, pushed herself so far and overridden her body with magical powers. In doing so, she stepped off with her newly found nephew, right? Future nephew. And they have headed back to the starting city of Sandpoint to give Sheriff Baylor an earful. In that week's worth of downtime, our heroes came together to mourn the loss of a friend, a compatriot, and an ally, and to have Rain study those weird druidic runes that were altered and, shaped into just an abomination against nature and the natural course of life, with the aid of Marvolo and Nexon. Right before they were going down for breakfast, each one of them felt the siren's call of their runes lighting up on their hands, and they feel drawn inexorably to a new location as a new ally will now get shunted from time and space and be brought into this reality. And that is where we pick up our players having seen these runes light up. It's the bright morning. The sun has just come over the city. The city starts to edge to life. Birds start chirping. A rooster that has been now nesting in the Halfling Tavern. Seemingly no one will get rid of this rooster, but it just keeps waking everyone up real early in the morning. As you all make your way to the heart of this tavern, the Halfling Tavern that you've been staying at, you see Atlas is sitting there in all his glory. He's shining his armor, getting ready to leave, and he sees everyone, and he says, "Greetings, friends. It is a nice day out, isn't it?"
I mean, I suppose you could say that compared to other days and what we've had. Yes, it is a lovely day. Though that rooster is certainly begging for its life to be a little shorter this morning.
I did not know you liked rooster. Would you like me to kill it for you?
No, that's not what I just, it was more so because I needed a little more beauty rest. You know, you maybe, do you know what that means?
I think all living creatures are beautiful. I was programmed that way.
Well, thanks for making me feel like a terrible person this morning. Awesome. Okay, I need food. Breakfast would be delightful. Really put me in check.
I do have a question. So, for those of you who do not recall the season finale of last season, the body of Atlas was not being utilized by Atlas when last we saw him. Instead, Malvolo had torn the head off Atlas and replaced it with Collodi. So is he using his body, having been repaired by Malvolo, or is he using a dud one that I've made up to kind of tide him over till I'm done?
Marvolo, I'm assuming you had created a spare body for Atlas in that week's worth of downtime.
Excellent. Huzzah!
Backup body.
Backup body.
Which definitely means Collodi is still in in Atlas's body, which was repurposed, and he is just checking himself out in the mirror and rubbing it in Atlas's face like as much as he can, because Collodi's a jerk.
Sounds about right. As you all kind of come together in the heart of the tavern. Remember, the tavern has been closed since everything that's been going on. As you all kind of come together, you feel that need to get out. It feels like a scratching at the back of your mind, or a tug.
So we suddenly we get that like in like just like that same feeling. So being the one who's sort of experienced this feeling the most, probably the first thing I do is I take off my glove and I look at the rune on my hand.
The rune is glowing. It's bright. And what color would you want it to be?
It is kind of like an aquamarine turquoise kind of color, but still quite vibrant. As he kind of looks at the rune as it glows, and that feeling of wanting to be of needing to be somewhere. Malvolo looks immediately to the others. I don't want other people in the tavern to see it, so I'll show it like kind of like under showing my palm to Nexon and Rain and say, "It's happening again. But I thought we did it. I thought we stopped her."
Oh no.
Maybe there's more?
What do you mean there's more? I wasn't...
Oh. I haven't even had breakfast yet, and I can't deal with the thought of having more of them. How many have we gone through?
Maybe we can get breakfast to go, and
Yes.
go,
You there. Tavern keeper.
Yes? How may I help?
You wouldn't have any spare copies of the Pathfinder Chronicles lying around? Things that you don't use?
What?
For I would like I would like for you to take the food that we are about to eat and place it inside of these bits of paper, then fold it up so that we may consume the food elsewhere.
Is this a joke? Is he making a joke?
No. I've invented something. A new thing. I'm going to call it takeaway. For I wish to take your food away from your establishment.
Are you going to pay for it?
Yes, it shall be paid for, of course.
Oh, sure. I could do something like that. I think.
Excellent. Please prepare our takeaway.
The little halfling kind of goes to the back, and you can see.
Can you wrap it in easy to hold things too? I don't want it to get messy.
Oh, okay.
Like a little baggie.
Bags? Okay.
To carry.
Yes. In a carry bag, one might say.
Yes, a carry bag. I like this idea. This could really, really change things here.
Yes. I believe we're starting something.
Yes, a carry bag so we can take it away with food and things that we can hold.
Oh, okay. And the halfling kind of runs to the back, and you could hear pots and pans and things getting like just like shuffled around. And in about 5 minutes, the halfling comes forward with a backpack stuffed with stuff.
Excellent.
And just hands it over to Marvolo and it asks, I put stuff in there for you to carry, and I wrapped everything in paper like you asked for. And that was the only bag we have. It looked like a leftover duffel bag we found. Yeah, 2 gold pieces, please.
He scoffs a little bit, but then is then forthcoming with the two gold as he places it down. As he does so, he then says, "Well, good sir, I thank you for your fine food. In fact, I shall name this process so it may be easier next time we're here. Next time we were to come and request this food to take away, we will call it something named after this wonderful tavern, the Dog's Breath Cafe. We will say that we would like for you to prepare us a doggy bag, which we will then take away."
Okay.
Excellent.
Sounds interesting. Sure. Dog bag, dog away.
Doggy bag, yes. We shall
bag.
We shall take the doggy bag away, and which we will do now. So farewell.
Okay. Thank you.
And Kalodi will very straight-faced walk and join the group. I have procured our breakfast for the go.
Perfect. I guess we can leave then. Right? Is everyone all
Yes.
set? Okay.
Yeah. I think this is kind of what fate has in store for us next. So let's,
Heading out of the city, you could feel kind of like a relief, a sense of just like when you're done taking a test and you just feel relieved from it. The stress seems to not be part of your body. You don't have to sneak around Magnamar. The dinosaurs have been caged, so you don't have to worry about those situations anymore. And you get through Magnamar, and following your gut, that's the best way to put it. It's just a general feeling. You start to make your way southward, following the coastline. At this point, morning starts to turn to afternoon, and as you get closer and closer to this destination that drags and draws you all, the light on the markings, the runes start to glow brighter and brighter, as if leading you. You find yourselves now climbing up a cliffside, not physically climbing, but following a path, a worn path, climbing higher and higher. And as you do, Nyx is at your side, better from your previous encounter. And you notice that Nyx seems on edge. Like it's that sixth sense animals have sometimes, and you could just feel it with your spiritual connection to the little one. You could just feel that something seems to be bothering it.
I'm gonna ask him, what's wrong?
Nick starts to do the danger dance as it does his little Shuffle, shuffle to the left, shuffle, shuffle to the right. Danger dance, spider danger dance. And Nyx just seems to be doing that and then like circling your hand. I apologize to any people who know how spiders actually act in danger. I'm just doing this off of how puppy dogs and cats act.
Yes, my dog definitely does this when she's panicked.
Yeah,
I
just does a
mean,
little dance.
I also can talk to Nyx because I took that.
Oh, that's right. You did take that
ability.
feature. I apologize.
Just to make this maybe a little easier.
We use our words here.
I apologize for that. Yes. So having that Nyx kind of impresses upon you, talking to you through the weird psychic link you have, and just says danger. It's like Nyx just feels danger and worried.
I think we should definitely be on high alert. Nyx is picking up something that's dangerous. Not really sure what, but I don't know.
Rain is going to stop for a moment and just kind of, her face changes and her eyes narrow, getting like really serious for a second. She's going to swivel around and just like kind of crouch, immediately dropping to the same height. Like, what do you mean? What is she indicating? Is something wrong? Is something going to jump out at us?
Just a danger sense.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, we've had enough danger, so and Rain just pulls out her dagger and brings her shield up. Just in case. Maybe everyone stay behind me.
Malvolo is already like behind a tree, behind everyone. Okay.
I meant behind me. I'm not that. Did you really mistake me for a tree, or do you think that tree is going to protect you more than I will?
Valid point, but I thought maybe I would start working on another Kolodi. He takes a... He very...
That seems fair since you stole somebody else's body for him right now.
He wasn't
A
using
little
it.
mismatched, if you will.
I don't know, I kind of like my new body. Pow!
Yes, it's very fitting.
Thank you. But yeah, no, look, I think we got this. We have no idea what's gonna happen. Last time when Crutch showed up, you remember all those things with the deedly bib stops, you know? Yeah, other stuff jumps out too. So yeah, I'm gonna stay with you, Rain, okay?
Thank you. Yes, I think it would be better if we all stick together. I mean, if any of you have sat around listening to ghost stories by the campfire, you know splitting up or not staying as a group is the first mistake.
Yep.
And we've also experienced that.
Yes, that's true. I don't want to think about that because that was kind of my fault.
Fair. That's fair.
Yes. But now that I remember that, yes, that's my fault. Okay, so we're all going to stick really, really close together. And hopefully nothing will go wrong this time and no small child ghost will steal one of us away and play hide and go seek with us. It'll be fine.
Behind
no
a tree,
here.
there's like a thumbs up that sort of shows up. Like,
would you get over here? You're not going to be fine over behind that tree.
Malvolo will sort of very sluggishly walk over and then he's gonna lie on the floor. He's just gonna be like, we're gonna die.
Oh,
I'm just...
You are a petulant child. Would you stand up? Did you eat your doggy food?
I did. It was actually quite nice.
Good. Then you have the energy to stand on your two legs. Get up, or I will drag you through this woods.
Which would not be the most stealthy choice.
or clean. He sort of gets up and he dusts off his clothes. He stands. And he's like, fine.
Now, I want you to just... Here, she's going to hold up her tail. You can hold on to this, all right? That way I know that you're not going back and hiding behind another tree.
He will very sheepishly reach out and grab hold of the tail.
Yes. Now, don't pull on it or I'm going to accidentally swing around as a reaction and slice your head off. So, just...
He now looks
hold
at
it
horror
gently.
at his hand. He's too afraid to squeeze tighter and he's too afraid to let go.
Just hold on to it. And if something happens, just like squeeze it. Like a little button.
Okay.
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 Right. All right. Everybody else all right? Because then we're going to move forward together
Yep.
as a group?
Right behind you.
As you move forward, you see Kalodi is playing with a ball in a cup, that little game, the ball in the cup, as that was put in the doggy bag. Because
It's
Rain did
toy.
say to put things as like for them to use. Like
Okay.
if you, so he didn't know.
Look, I don't know about you guys, but every single takeaway needs to come with a little toy.
Uh-huh.
Nexon's just gonna very quickly like tie the string up like macrame style so he can't play with it anymore. It's just making a little bit too much noise.
Okay.
We're very serious right now.
Oh yeah. very
I have an
serious.
idea. And in her right pouch that has a little window in it, she's going to open it up, and Tweelo's little cute black and teal head is going to pop up, and his beady little black eyes just finally awoken from his long slumber than what you have been keeping him in there. Tweelo, I've got a little adventure for you. And she's going to grab him and pop him on her shoulder. How about you go ahead and stretch those little legs of yours and hop through forward on this trail and see if you spot anything. Now, don't get yourself caught. Don't alert anyone else that we're there. Just quietly blend in and hop from tree to tree up ahead and let us know if there's anything there. Little Tweelo will kind of like nod. I don't know if squirrels really understand, but assuming since I'm a druid, we have this connection. And Tweelo will suddenly just kind of stretch his arms wide, kind of like that weird stretchy, like squirrels are weird, like their bodies and the material there, very flexible, funny looking rubber fuzzy thing. So Tweelo's just gonna like soar out, almost reminiscent of his cousins, the flying squirrels. And you just see this soaring little squirrel just making its leap to the branch, hopping from one to another till he kind of disappears among the leaves.
As Tweelo kind of like launches himself up onto the trees and starts to like scout out ahead, the group slowly moves forward, but waiting to hear, Tweelo come back. As you move forward, Tweelo does come back, and this is maybe a few minutes later, maybe 5 minutes later. Tweelo does come back as you've started following this path, and Tweelo, again, fat chubby cheeks, has 2 acorns jammed up in there, and kind of climbs up your leg, and with a mouthful of food, basically does the basically is just like squeakity squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeakenstein. And you're like, yep, got all of that. And Tula explains that from what they saw, there isn't any kind of danger, but there does seem to be like broken down buildings.
Oh, so we have some ruins up ahead. Okay. Thank you, Tweelo. Let's go ahead, and if you want, you can stay out. But as soon as any fight happens, you hop right back into this pouch, okay? You can just see him like, with his happy that he's got a snack that will help him last through any battle.
Yeah. So
as long as the rest of us last.
So as that happens, Kalodi sort of looks over to Tweelo and will sort of turn his head around like 180 degrees. As he does so, you sort of see him punch the back of his head, and this tiny little compartment sort of folds outwards, and it's just like filled with like acorns and nuts and stuff like that Tweelo's been kind of just storing over the winter, like just this small collection.
So instead of a brain, you have acorns in your head? This explains a lot.
Yeah.
Look.
Also, rattling around up there.
It also explains why my stealth is so low.
Man, rattling every time he moves. Tweelo's eyes just get massive. Like it is so exciting. Like a dog that you could like throw into a ball pit and it's just like pure joy. where he's kind of diving and in and out of like just this cascade of acorns that you have just erupted upon him. No. Let's not get too excited. Rain will just gather a handful and put it in her pouch. Now, Twilo, you can go lay on your bed of acorns. We do not need the rest of those. That is way too much. You should scatter those around. At least plant a few of those instead of hoarding them up in your brain.
As Twilo's climbing in there and hanging out, the group kind of still moves forward, and finally getting to this clearing, you can now see you just see rubble sticking out the ground, walls, some of them collapsed, some of them not collapsed. Most of them have had, and there was any writing, it's been run down due to it being on the side near water, so the waves constantly splashing all that water, everything is slick. And it's an opening, it's a clearing, and as you get there, everyone's runes start to glow, and it's almost painful as to how intense this pull in your stomach, in your mind is. And as you get to this location, there is a spark and a flare, and light just explodes. And as it explodes, standing there, dazed and confused, almost as like holding their head, they finally stabilize and they wobble a little bit, and they turn, and what you see is a bipedal cat person just standing there, almost confused.
Equally confused here. Rain's jaw just drops. Are you okay? Hello?
I do not understand the question. Where am I? Who are you? Who are all of you?
We are a welcoming committee of some very, 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 very hodgepodge put together people. I am Malvolo.
We're a family. You could have put it that way. Thank you, though.
You are family.
Yes, and as he said, we're the welcoming party, and she's gonna reach in and steal some of Twilo's acorns. Would you like some?
No.
In case you change your mind.
Well, I'm next, and this is Malvolo, Kalodi, and Rain.
Hello. I saw flashing lights and then everything went white. Where am I? You are the welcoming party to what, exactly?
To you, of course. I mean,
yes.
Yeah, look, we're here to welcome you to the future. Yeah.
Yeah, I think perhaps the more important question is when are you rather than where are you? Because we've all gone through this as well. Fate has pulled us out of our time and slapped us into the future.
Right.
Very terrifying. So if you need a moment to take a step and sit down or take a breather, it's completely understandable.
I'm all right. Thank you, though.
Very composed. That's impressive.
The future. Why?
That is an excellent question. As of right now, we ain't exactly too sure. At least, truth be told, we have spent many moons questioning this very same thing. All that we know is that somewhere on your person you should have... And Malvolo raises his hand, removes his glove, and reveals the 7-pointed star. The symbol of the ancient empire. We all came here from the various empires. I had come here from my own home city of Zin... Oh, come on, you. Nope, I've got it. I've lost it. It's gone. Somewhere. I say the correct name of the city of Sloth.
Oh.
We're not quite sure why we were in particular chosen or at what times. We've all kind of come into this space at slightly different moments. You're the latest addition to join our group. There's sometimes our runes in our hands tend to glow, and we're finding individuals who are not always like us. We've
Yes.
been trying to stop that.
I'm sure there's probably a good reason why you're here, because all of our knowledge and abilities have come in handy for helping with some of these events, which is why we're here now.
That would explain why I am quite skilled in investigations and knowledge, but not if it's of the future.
Well, think of the future as just still like you sped through a couple of things, but the fact that you're an investigator is actually quite perfect. Rain's gonna look around at everyone else, right? Like, because we have a mystery, really.
Well, and
Oh.
most of the things that we've been dealing with have been the past kind of resurfacing.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as if we had all been brought here to deal with something that has resurged since the fall of the Thessalonian empires. What that specifically is still eluding us, and having someone who is quite skilled at investigation would be greatly useful. I mean, we did not do well these last few months.
We've been barely
Oh,
catching
I-
the tail end.
I was accused for murder.
I mean,
We cleared that up.
Nexon's done well.
We did destroy an asylum.
It's true.
Mm.
It's just if we were a little faster, perhaps a few more lives could have been saved.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, you were accused of murder and you destroyed an asylum.
Yes,
Oh,
but-
just him.
Well, yes, and to be
Of
fair,
course.
the asylum was on its way out anyway because the insane lunatic necromancer that was living there had built a giant death golem. And, well, rather than... We evacuated everyone before we detonated it, and people were very unappreciative of that because they were all... Well, they summoned it.
Speaking asylum.
I don't think we're leading with our best foot. We also did stop a cult from, ritualistically murdering a bunch of people
Yes.
after a few murders, but we kept them from continuing with it.
Right. All right. Well, a shaky first impression at best, but let me find this stupid rune on your body. You see this catfolk start undressing and very confidently checking every area of their body and fur for the mark.
Oh. Rain, just uncomfortable with her own self, just chooses, like, awkwardly looks away. Okay.
Oh, yes, I do have one. Fascinating. She reclothes herself.
Are you good now?
Yes.
Okay. So it looks like then if you have one of the things too, then you're probably one of our group and you've been marked in the same way. So you'll probably get similar callings or burning sensations. Typically, when something like this happens, it either means that we're encountering something very, very terrible or we get a new family member.
I'm sorry. The mark burns you?
It has a burning sensation.
Discomfort,
Fantastic.
I think, is a better phrase for how it
Mhm.
feels.
This is quite a lot of information all at once.
Yes. And we haven't even gotten to the part where your entire kingdom is dead and everyone you know is probably also dead.
Oh
That
no,
was
you
not the
did
right time
cover
to say
that
that.
when
Oh, we
you loosely mentioned that the Thessalonian Empire had fallen.
Yes, of course.
Way
We're
to
not
throw
the most
that into a
tactful.
conversation.
Well, look, this never gets any easier, no matter how many times we've done it. There are
And yet-
there are also two more who are not with us here as well, and well, again, you are still probably the most composed of everyone who has come from the other side.
It's my job to be composed.
Oh,
I
that's...
had a right freak out.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Understandable. So, what now?
Right. Well, are you hungry or thirsty? I hate to ask this, but in case we come across unkind people, are you fairly well equipped at handling those situations?
I just flex my claws and my teeth.
That is a yes. Wow, built in. Okay, I'm impressed.
One must protect themselves at all times, never know who's betraying them.
Unfortunately, you're right. Especially here, we've had a whole batch of just unlucky opportunities. It's like
Shame.
we're cursed.
Good to know.
Mhm.
Good to know.
Right. So yes, I'm Rain. If you have any questions or if you have any needs or a shoulder to cry on, you're welcome to come talk to me.
I do appreciate the offer. I will keep that in mind, though I do not cry. Ever.
Okay.
However, you all seem rather kind. So I assume you're not in the workings of manipulation, and therefore I do trust you, as your welcoming speech seemed quite ignorant, I would say.
I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing.
I'm going to say thank you
I
anyway.
think. Oh, bless your heart.
Thank you. Green says with a lot of hesitation. Not really.
Well, I'm very glad that we're out here in the dirt and in the wind, and the salt spray from the ocean is all very, very nice, but I think it's about time that we maybe go back inside where it's nice and clean and not dirty and filthy.
Is
Right.
there a reason the mark is still glowing?
I'm gonna take a look. Is the mark still glowing?
As the folk does mention that, you all look and you're like, huh, it is still glowing. That is extraordinarily weird. And at that very moment you all look down, there is an agonizing jolt of pain through wherever your mark is. It feels like someone actually branded you. And in the same, very similar spot, like almost adjacent to where the cat person is, another flash of light, and everyone's mark burns. And this is the strange part. It looks like the cat person almost duplicates, as if like there is a secondary image and then it changes dramatically to an elven person. The elven person just appears and looks like, you know, a twin or something, and the skies quickly turn purple and back to normal. And now standing next to you, AJ, there is a elvish person just confused, as if like something happened wrongly.
So that's me. Okay, so I look a bit confused for a second, then I pull myself together and I have a whip in my hand and I whip it and say, "Beg louder!"
Jesus.
And
Oh,
and I see that I'm not in the place that I'm supposed to be, and again compose myself and look at everyone and say, "Huh, well, that's new.
Oh,
Who are you guys?"
Who are you asking to beg louder?
There are two. There are two of them. There are two of them.
There's
Immediately.
never been two of them before.
You two don't know each other?
Why would I know this person?
No, not you.
Unfortunately not.
We've never had any two come arrive so close to one another. This is You
I
two
guess
must
it's
be
a 2-for-1 special.
miracles. Yes, special. Oh my goodness, you must both be incredibly special. This has to be a good sign. This has to be a great sign. Rain is going to move forward and reach out to Scarlet and offer her hand. I'm Rain. It's wonderful to meet you.
Hi, I'm Scarlett. Wonderful to meet you too.
This giant puppet sort of peers from behind and goes, "Welcome to the future, jazz hands."
Did you really
Oh.
say jazz hands? You don't say jazz hands.
No, you don't. Oh, you just do. Oh, see, when I got
Jazz
the notes, see Malvolo, he wrote what I had to do
Yeah.
on a little thing, and I just thought he meant I had this. I could see it now as stage direction.
Yeah, it's a guide.
Oh,
It's
okay,
okay. That's
right.
okay. Next, if maybe since we've already had 2, we don't know how many more. So just save it for next time.
You see me grab my whip and then do some kind of a bondage thing all over me and start to pull it really tight. And I start to have a look that you're not sure if I am experiencing pleasure or pain. And I am clearly waiting for something that doesn't happen, and I'm pulling really tight.
Are you okay?
GM, at that point, I am summoning my goddess. I'm trying to get an omen from her to have any kind of a reassurance that the situation is okay.
Sure. So as you do that and you open yourself up to the goddess, you notice and that there is a little wasp just kind of flutters by and goes between the group, between you and Rain, the person who you're kind of like staring at right now. And it spins around, and then it kind of lands next to you and then sits there, and then takes off again, as a spray of the water kind of splashes everyone a little bit.
Okay, at that point, I just get rid of my whip and put it on my belt and say, "I'm sorry about that. I'm just very confused and I needed some reassuring. I was just in a totally different place. Let's say playing Battleship, and now I'm here. And it seems that it's not the first time this has happened."
No. And Rain is going to, for a quick moment, look over to Cecilia because she was going to grab her and pull her over, but instead she will just kind of do like a Jeopardy show, like, and this is Cecilia who's joined us as well.
Enchanté.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Now, of course, I know both of you are new, but this is very unheard of. Normally, we can go weeks, months before somebody new comes.
Yeah,
What do you
we,
mean somebody
we
new?
all were pulled from our times and place and brought here because this is where we're supposed to be.
Yes. Oh, yes. So, Scarlett, we should explain. We're fast forward in the future. Unfortunately, that which we have known has certainly been destroyed, for better or for worse. And time moves forward, which is really lovely. But unfortunately, some of the things in the past we think are, well, trying to make a resurgence. And for whatever reason, we've been chosen, yes, to help stop it.
That's not good. I have a whole reputation, a whole empire that I constructed back in my day, and it took me years to get to that point. And you tell me it's all over and it's gone?
Empires can be rebuilt.
But the
Oh,
important
God.
thing is that you're not gone because you probably missed out on a pretty bad event, and we all were brought here just before our world kind of fell.
We're still trying to piece some things together, but we at least have an investigator. What are you? What's your empire?
let's just say I had a lot of clients which were very loyal and big names,
Oh,
all in some kind of secrecy. Oh, what the hell, I'll tell you. I'm a mistress.
oh, oh my goodness. I'm too awkward with people. I couldn't even imagine having that. That's so impressive. Your ability to interact with people and have those. Oh, I am so out of my
Yes,
wheelhouse
so
with both of you.
the thing is, that means that the governor of Eurythena just saw me disappear in front of him as I was about to whip the bad boy that he is, and that probably ruined my whole reputation.
Uh, did he deserve? Is he a bad boy?
Oh, he's a very naughty boy, yes.
Oh, okay.
Though, if you do return, what a fun trick you've played.
It's just, adding a bit of anticipation.
Yes, yes.
Will I be able to return?
So far, no.
God. I'm gonna have to create a whole new list of clients. Oh, the work. Wait, you said something about we were chosen to do something?
Possibly. We're not quite sure why us, but we've been doing stuff together as a group.
Well, with a few more of us, but it's been some time now since we've had anyone arrive, and to have two come in so quick succession.
They complete the set.
Pardon?
7 nations, 7 sins. You mentioned 2 before us, and now she and I. 7.
And is it part of the symptoms to have your left butt cheek itching and burning a little bit?
Oh yes, there should be somewhere on your body, perhaps a symbol of the 7-pointed star. That might be the. Nexon, why don't you maybe help Scarlet and see if perhaps that's. Shit, I'm the doctor, aren't I?
I've seen plenty of people naked, and I actually would be interested in seeing how some of your wardrobe deconstructs and constructs. It's quite intricate.
I kind of shuffle like this, and I am wearing a lot of leather, which is very squeaky. So, but then I say, honey, people pay a lot of money to see me naked. So, turn around, everyone. Go on.
All right.
Yes, yes. Raina's going to turn around and also close her eyes and put her hands over her eyes. Okay.
So I look at my left butt cheeks, and indeed there is the lust mark on it. And I kind of look at it and go, it's cute. It's okay. You can turn around now.
Are you sure? Do you need more time?
No, I'm good.
So do you have one? And Rain's going to kind of hold up her hand. Does it look like this?
GM, does it look like this?
Pretty similar.
Yeah, it's similar. It's a 7-pointed star, but your in the center is your nation's symbol specifically. So yours is lust. So depending on what nation you're from, the symbol just changes in the center, but it's a 7-pointed star.
So I say to Rain, yes, it is very similar.
Okay. So yes, then it's not an accident that you're both here.
Clearly.
We can take you into town if you'd prefer. Probably find you housing. I found that most people don't really like my cozy outdoor hut.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Well, it depends. Some people really enjoy it. Twilo and I do. It feels quite cozy, and there's a lot of beautiful natural things around.
Is Twilo also a moose person?
No. I haven't really like here. And she's gonna unpack her little bag, and its small little head's gonna pop up. But it's now going to have 4 acorns in his mouth that are just massive. Like it's okay. He doesn't bite. He's a cute little squirrel. Right now he's feeding, so his cheeks are a little bit larger than what they're normally supposed to be. It's very quite normal, I promise.
The squirrels are weird.
It's
In a cute
adorable.
way. Yes, adorable. Would you like to say hello?
No.
Okay, then no, that's fine. That's fine. Yes, Twilo, you can go back to eating. She's gonna close up the bag again. But he's here with us. We have actually a lot of nice companions in part of our party.
Yeah.
Wait, does Twitter
you-
poop in your bag?
No, he's trained. Rain says that, but she has no idea because she's never actually trained Twilo. She's just assumed he was a very intelligent squirrel.
Fascinating.
Nick, you see a very colorful spider kind of crawl up onto Nixon's shoulder, and she's like, this is Nick's. He's a good boy. So
Oh. Mm-mm.
Oh,
Nix is a very valuable member of our team. And because of Nix,
Mhm.
we've been able to see a lot of things that we haven't been able to see. Very good at spying for us.
yeah, and if
I
he
don't
ever
know.
does do your little dance, and he does his little danger dance. I was like, if you ever see him doing that, it's because he senses there's something dangerous around.
I will say that smaller creatures and beings make good spies, but the spider is a bit much.
Yes, where I come from, there is sign of filth.
Oh,
I like this one.
You might learn
Like you too.
Nix is very sweet and clean and in fact very good at weaving. She'll grow on you.
Yes, I hope so.
And anyone want to explain the puppet?
Oh, really
Oh.
don't.
Yeah, no, I'm just along for the ride. You know, don't mind me. Just I'm not even here. That he would be mine. I am I come from Zin Haruka, which I found out. And our people tended to have a lot of issue getting up and doing things. So I specialized in creating things to help people make their life easier. The trouble is that some of these creations tended to do their own thing, and this is one of them. His name is Collodion. I am Malvolo, a trapsmith, a repairer, a craftsman, and as of very recently, a person who is slowly learning the medical arts.
Ah, pleasure. Cecilia.
I go around the it's Collodio?
Yeah, it's Collodi, like
Collodi.
yeah.
Like baloney.
So I go around
Yeah.
Collodi and look at him like this, look at them like so, and
yeah.
say, you said something about making people's life easier. Have you thought about choosing them to make them a little more pleasurable?
Well, I mean, I haven't been built for it, but then again, this body ain't exactly mine. I'm kind of borrowing it at the moment, but I do have one of these things. Check this out. Okay, ready? And then you watch as he sort of strains, and as he does so, you watch as kind of like this kind of like paladin light sort of like starts glowing out of all of the joints and the stuff, and it looks like he's a giant glowing nightlight.
oh darling, I don't think Elodie needs to be encouraged any more than he already is.
I also don't think she was talking about light when she offered
No.
the pleasure.
Yeah, that's not really what I had in mind, but still very impressive.
Yeah, but I can do this.
All right. Into town, was it?
Yes, there's a tavern there. We used to have a friend that worked there, and it's very highly recommended. It's one of the best, if in fact, arguably the best in Sandpoint.
Lead on.
Okay,
Are we headed
perfect.
back to Sandpoint or Magnamar?
Or yeah, that's a fair point.
Well, Sandpoint, I guess, because I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, we've killed the thing in Magnamar.
We will never return.
Yes.
Have no desire to come
Yes.
back here.
Tis a silly place.
I am running away. Okay.
And Malvolo and Malvolo will start telling Scarlet and Cecilia the long tale of the day that Malvolo was asked to go to a wedding, and it didn't happen, and he was promised food and to meet friends, and instead he dealt with a person who had gone thrown into a lumber mill, and then he was blamed for murder, and then had to explode half the town guard and get dragged away unwillingly on this epic quest through dirt. He lay into mushrooms once. It was equally unpleasant. I'm going to keep going until Jared interrupts me, because I told Jared to... Yes.
Can I offer you some creative advice, Marvolo?
Yes, of course.
Learn some joining words for your sentences. Make the story a little bit more intriguing as you speak it.
Well, but that means I have to talk to people more.
Yes, and that means people will actually listen, unlike Scarlett and I, who tuned out about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, I apologize.
Sorry, what? I was listening.
See.
As you are all finally coming to terms with what has happened, a voice kind of calls out, "Oh, look, another group of travelers for us. This is pleasure, and I'm so hungry." As stepping around the corner is this hideous creature. Its face almost humanoid, except for the lower half of its mouth, where it spiders out into mandibles, and it comes around the corner with 3 more. Rain, Marvolo, Nexon, you've seen these before. Cecilia, Scarlet, this is your first time seeing these. These are Sin Spawn. Now, the strange part is they've never talked before. They've never been out in the open before, even in sunlight. And now walking up to you are 3 of them. They chatter between each other, talking in a language you wouldn't understand. And the other one kind of barks an order out from behind, and crawling up the cliff face, coming over the edge with a doof, doof, doof. Standing taller than the runes themselves is this massive Sin Spawn. It has a huge gut. It's just lumbering around. The front one, the first one, the closest one to the group, says, "Whoa, I smell different. Different tastes good. And we're so hungry."
You might want to
These
back
things
up a little.
aren't good.
No, I mean, we have to get rid of them, or else they'll just destroy anybody or anything nearby. But these aren't anything pretty. So everyone, if you've got any kind of weapon, pull this out now. And you see Rain just kind of brace herself with her shield.
I turn to Rain. Any known weaknesses?
Stabbing hurts.
All right, not what I was after. But yes, all right.
Malvolo runs, like just turns tail.
No. You were supposed to hold on to my tail the entire time.
I was, and look what happened.
Scarlett whips out her whip and starts to, play with it to intimidate people.
Yes, we love when they struggle. And so you now have to roll initiative in the fantasy ground machine. That will be your perception. In Pathfinder Second Edition, you roll perception for initiative.
You rolled a
Uh-huh.
1.
Oh, no.
For those of you guys using Fantasy Grounds, on your character sheet's main page, on the like kind of center, slightly to the right, is your initiatives as perception, stealth, and miscellaneous. And you just want to click on your perception.
GM,
Mm-hmm.
do I have to grab the perception and throw it on the map?
You throw it in the chat box. So when you
The chat
grab
box,
it,
okay.
yeah, and then you just boop, there you go.
Nice.
Don't. I also somehow left sounds on, and I don't know why. Not sure how to turn the sounds off on my end, but that's my fault. It's okay. Everyone rolled initiative except for Clody, because he goes when Marvello goes, but that's okay. Because the jerk sins one go first, and the first one closest to the party where Marvello kind of started turning and running in the opposite direction steps forward and looks at everyone, and you now notice as it gets closer and out of the corner, you notice this creature. It's bulbous, it's lumpy, its skin seems to be sloughing off as it steps forward, and its stomach is extended. Oh yes, fresh meat, we need the fresh meat. And it's going to spend one of its action to move up to get near Rain.
Okay.
Just you're the most meaty person there.
Wow, thank you. It's a very tactful way of putting that.
You're the biggest, the tallest.
There you go.
And it lashes out with its mouth. It's gonna try and bite you. Just nom 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 nom. Take a big old bite out of you. There it is. Okay. As it bites out, Rain lifts her arm to defend, and next up, all my creatures go. Long, that's rude.
Just deflecting with my shield.
The other one kind of rushes, and by rushes I mean it moves forward. Slowly. It spends 2 actions out of the possible 3. Because they are slowed, because they are bulbous and they are lumpy, and it seems a dredge. Every time they step, they have this wheezing sound that comes out of them. And this one gets closer and it starts to lick its mouth, and it's just gonna try and take a bite out of you again, Rain. Sadly, you are just not delicious enough. And last but not least, this one actually just takes 3 turns to get closer to the group. As it does, it's just every step, it's just gross. But Nexon, you go.
All right. Nexon is going to see that big guy in the back, and
Yes.
she's going to pull out some of Nyx's web and kind of quickly tie it in a knot and let it snap. And I'm going to cast Agonizing Despair on. There it is. On the big guy. Nope, don't drag the whole screen.
Just everything goes.
Take it all.
Yeah. All right. So that's a failure. Come on. Oh, no.
He failed in his lust for food. just takes over everything, and you rack its mind with pain.
So he takes full damage and becomes frightened too.
No. The biggest thing I have is now scared.
Good.
Yeah, and with that she'll yell out, "Oh, aren't you sweet?" And then with my final action, I'm going to grab my sling and try and hit the second one. Probably not. Oh, that was a hit.
There you go.
Boop. Take that. Just boop.
No. Awesome. Cecilia, it's your go. Welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Thanks.
At 8th level, so I know this is a lot, so if you have any questions, please ask, and I would be gladly to answer them incorrectly and get corrected by Michael. Sure. So it's your turn. Everyone has 3 actions.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Okay, I would like to use my feat known weaknesses
Yes.
to devise a stratagem. So I
like
attempt to check a recall knowledge as part of that action.
Yep. So
How do I
recall
do that?
So recall knowledge is basically a skill check on these monsters, and you probably have the skill because you did take almost every skill on the board. So let me just bring up you. So you are just going to take you're going to see where it says religion. So you're just going to grab that on your skill bar where it's a skill. Where it says religion, you see that large number that's plus 12. You grab that and just roll it in the chat box.
Yep. Okay.
And you know a lot. So basically skill checks, very similar to almost all editions. You're just trying to figure out what you're looking at, and it superseded the check, not by a little bit, but by a lot of bit. So I get to give you a bunch of information, but also you succeeded. So now you gain a +1 to your attack rolls. Additionally, I think, are you going to tell your allies what you know?
Yes. So
Awesome.
if I have 2 more things I can do, is that correct?
Yes. Telling your allies don't take an action because it's part of known stratagem.
Okay. No.
And it gives everyone a +1 because of what you know. And what you know is these are Sinsborn. So I'll tell you that straight out. Additionally, each one is dedicated to a specific sin. This is the sin of gluttony. They are fat, obese, hardy, and strong. Normally, they don't talk. They aren't intelligent enough to talk like that. These seem out of character. Also, don't get bit because they have something called sinful bite. If you are bit, they are able to infect you with the sin that they are representing. And in this case, it's gluttony. So don't get bit or you might be hungry.
All right. I relay that as fast as I can, but in a very steady and monotone way.
Sweet.
And then
So
I would like to use my sword against them.
Yeah. So all you do in Fantasy Grounds is where you see in actions, you'll see actions, right?
Yep.
You just see that. You see that where it says +13, you grab that bad boy and you just drop it on the token on the map. If you could see the map.
Yes. I just realized I have, oh no, I have a short sword. Never mind. Oh.
That is a 1. So that is not a friendly thing. with all your bonuses, that will come to a 15, 16, 17. Sadly, that is not enough to hit.
And
Now, I don't, as an American, I would like to say what is about to happen has nothing to do with me or anything else.
Uh-huh.
But I'm
That's
going to
right.
throw it over to Michael.
That's right. It's my time to do horrible things. No, okay. So, because obviously, clearly it's my channel, and I can't just let a GM on my channel. Every time we have a critical hit or a critical miss, we get to draw from the deck of critical misses and critical hits, which, for those of you who are Pathfinder fans, will be able to find on Paizo at Paizo, the Paizo website. Or if you want to actually go one step better and be an awesome person, go to your local game store, pick up a copy, because seriously, like, no better time in the world to go visit your local game store. So, with that, AJ, pick a number between 1 to 5 to generate your critical fumble.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now, critical fumbles only affect a character once per combat encounter, so you cannot get another critical fumble for the rest of this battle, even if it's from a different source. And you have used your longsword, I believe, yes?
Short sword, yeah.
Short sword. Very well. As you take a swing towards the very, very bulbous and gluttonous-looking creature, its fangs twittering and shaking in the air, your blade punctures into its flesh, but as it does, it seems to seep through the layers of juicy fat. And as it does so, there's an elasticity around the fat, muscle, and leather. And while it seems to suck in your weapon, a few moments later, you hear this rolling as you thwum. It flexes its fat rolls outwards, sending your weapon flying 1d4 multiplied by 5 feet in a random direction, as determined by the GM.
Wonderful.
And the ability of that is called punt, but I thought I'd zhuzh it up a bit. So what direction? And I guess AJ roll a d4.
Yeah, roll a D4.
And then Jared gets to pick a direction. Actually, no, pick a direction before the d4. I feel like that's the safer bet.
Sure.
We're going to pick north. All right, so to make it easy, north is where I'm sitting on screen, so up here.
Yeah.
And south is where Michael is.
Mm-hmm.
So north, south, east is where Rain and Cecilia are, and west is north, south, east, and west is Scarlet and Nexon. So I'm gonna roll a d4.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 4 south. So it's gonna get thrown towards Michael. So south.
Okay. And then roll your d4, AJ.
Okay.
So this is a d4 times 5. That is...
Oh.
All right, so that is unfortunately 20 foot in this direction. So I can't ping anything, but... Oh, actually, I can draw stuff.
Behind the creature?
Here we go. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Perfect.
So yeah.
There is your lovely long sword. Oh, sorry, short sword.
Well, fuck.
Yep.
That is the appropriate response.
That's the right way to go for it.
Do I still have one action, or did that... Okay.
You still have one action, yeah.
I will take out my crossbow
Yeah,
and fire it at the creature right in its mouth.
sure. So again, you just grab that number and roll it in the chat box. Or
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
sorry, you drop it on the creature.
Now is it a different number because it's a different action?
Yes. So it'd be the +9
Okay.
because you are fancy like that.
Yeah, cool. 21.
Cool. That will hit. So you just roll damage, which would be for the crossbow. 2d8.
plus-
Yeah.
11.
Nice.
Just a bit of technical here. Jared, you've got the tokens on the field, which are the ones connected to the chat box, right? To the
Yes.
Cool. So both AJ and Ari, you can roll your dice onto the actual tokens in the map if you would like to as well, and that'll automatically
Oh, okay.
calculate stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. I'll do that next time.
Awesome. Perfect. And that is a single turn, AJ. So hopefully it's not too complicated. We are now coming up to Mr. Mr. Biggie over back here. But he is frightened. He is concerned and can't really back up as it'll fall off the map and into oblivion. So it's just gonna move forward. It's gonna take 10. And it's kind of jammed up. Its blubberiness kind of jams itself into this walkway, and it gets there. And as it gets closer to its allies, it's going to try and reach out and push them forward. Like it's pushing the allies forward. And as it does, the one that seems to be in command kind of is like, stop, what's going on? Stop pushing us, you stupid. And the blubbery one's like, oh, and it seems to be tearing up a little bit as if scared.
That's kind of precious.
I mean, yeah, I'd be kind of scared too.
But it is now Collodi Marvolo turn. What would you two combo like to do?
All right. So with his first action, Malvolo is going to. All right, you have this, and I'm going to move all the way back over here. I think I need to turn off the.
Is that thing still happening?
Yeah, it's doing that thing.
Just move.
You have to unlock my token. I know you don't like me moving around the place because I always run away, but
it's terrible.
Just let me do it. Just let me do it. And that is not 45 feet, by the way. I want to point that out real quick.
That is 100 million feet, by the way. I just have to click OK, by the way.
You have to give me permission to move, which I don't like.
I don't understand.
All right. So as Malvolo takes a single move action to go there and take a defensive stance, he's going to use his last action to instruct Collodi. Get him, Collodi. Help the others. And he's like, oh, it will be my absolute pleasure. Hey, you said, Scarlet, you were saying, I could be made for pleasure. This is about as pleasurable as it gets. And you watch as Collodi flicks both his arms out, and as he does, there's this awfully loud sound. As his arms turn into chainsaws, and he digs it straight into the Sinspawn in front of him. Alright, here we go. Alright. Take this! Oh, I'm so glad that did good things, because if that missed, that would have been hilarious. Okay. So yes, with a critical hit, I will then use a... I'll do the damage first, because I probably... I might wipe him out.
Yes.
Oh, man, yeah.
Ooh.
That dude gets ripped in twain as the chainsaw cuts through that first one. And I'm going to... can I 5-foot step? Oh, no, it's a guarded step now, isn't it? Or is there still a 5-foot step?
No, there's still a 5-foot step.
Okay, I'm going to 5-foot step with Collodi and then chainsaw the other one. That is just a regular hit. And that is 20 damage, and that one then gets ripped. He gets thrust with a chainsaw in the center, and then Collodi sort of brings it upwards to sort of half rip him in half as they both then fall to pieces. And Collodi turns to look at the others, and he says, the other one, and says, "Oh yeah, it's like it's my birthday, and someone brought me 3 of the world's ugliest piñatas." Also, for our audience members who are wondering, hey, so what's up with a guy with a chainsaw in a D&D fantasy game? Well, turns out one of the classes that you will be able to play in Pathfinder 2nd Edition is, of course, the Inventor. So Collodi is actually what's called an innovation. So the reason why Malvolo runs away all the time is because Malvolo literally can't do anything. He is absolutely worthless. I've somehow managed to turn craft into a combat skill. But, however, he does have a invention that acts on his behalf. In this case, it is a mechanical construct by the name of Collodi, who, as you develop, actually has an innovation called Buzzsaw, where he gets a buzzsaw as a weapon. And thanks to, of course, one of the massive gifts that we got from our audience as well, it became electric. So we had an electric buzzsaw. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's Collodi. That's the thing. So woo, powered by hamsters. We don't know what powers him. It's probably Malvolo's sheer aggravation that powers Collodi. But yeah, there you go. Done.
Awesome. Thank you, Marvolo. And next up is Rain. What would you like to do, Rain?
All right, so they came at me, missed both times because my awesome shield stuff. So I would like to use my Titan Wrestler, and you see Rain just kind of buff up, and I'd like to try to take this one closest to me and shove him back into the larger one. Just kind of puddling them back together.
Okay. Yeah, make an athletics attempt.
Perfect. Because I'm sensing they don't really want to do this, so...
They do.
Do they? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I thought it's a 1.
It is a 1. It is a 1. Hi,
It's a
Rain.
1.
All right, Rain, you know the deal. You know what it's like.
I know what this is like.
All right, 1 to 5. What do we get?
2.
1, 2, yeah. All right, as you are making an unarmed strike. Okay. Yeah, we can make this work. So, as Rain reaches forward, placing both hands on the pudgy form of the Sinspawn in front of her, she pushes as hard as she can forward, but its dense weight just does not seem to shove. It is incredibly heavy. The ground beneath it sort of slides the body a little bit, rather than actually pushes it forward. And unfortunately, it takes one big step forward, landing its big and heavy hoof onto Rain's foot. Its spiked boot.
Hoof?
Hoof, yes.
Hoof action.
Yes. As the spiked boot of the Sinspawn punctures the top of your hoof, you take 1d4 persistent bleed damage, and until you get that tended to, you take a negative 10-foot movement speed penalty.
Negative 10? Oh, man. Okay. Regrets were made. I've got my injured foot, and that failed. So I'm just going to turn around and try to stab it instead. You jerk! How dare you! And I'm going to try to attack it. Yes! The critical hit. There we go. 20 points of damage. Just stabbing it. How could you do this? You have any idea how hard it is to take care of these hooves?
All right, because you landed a critical hit, Rain, number 1 to 5, and we will generate you a critical hit effect. Now, unlike the critical fumbles, this has no limit, so we can do this as much. Yeah, 5.
5. Big hopes here.
All right. So, what weapon did you use?
My sickle.
Sickle. That is a slashing weapon. All right. As you raise your sickle, you manage to clip it over its sort of mandible-covered mouth. As it does so, the target must now succeed a flat DC 5 check in order to use verbal component spells or cast until it has healed the damage you have done to its face.
Yeah, this is great that I definitely, for sure, this thing definitely looks like a spellcaster. Good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Looks 100% like a spellcaster.
This was the talking one, so you totally shut it up a little bit.
And no more words for you.
And also super quick, Bloody Z, also, hi Bloody! Bloody Z has redeemed from our channel points a group inspiration, which means for the course of today's game, and today's game only, you may instigate a reroll on any one of your D20 rolls. So that is courtesy of Bloody Z. And it will only last for today, so unlike hero points and stuff, which are bought via the donations, this you'll want to use this game. All right. Carry on.
All right, I've got one movement left, so I'm going to try to slice at it again. Maybe this time not hitting its head. Boom,
There you
that'll
go.
hit. Good classic. Just slicing it away. 9 more points of damage.
Oh, it's still standing. Just
Dang it.
grumpily.
Okay, should have gone for the
grumpily
legs.
standing. And last but certainly not least, it's Scarlet. Scarlet, you're up. What would you like to do?
Can I reach the one in front of Rain with my whip?
10. Sure.
So I would like to use my whip to catch the kind of slurpy tentacles mandibles and
Yep.
try to rip them off.
Nice. All right. So you make a attack roll and let's see what happens.
So attack on
Mhm.
this guy.
Yep.
Did it work? No.
So if you go to where you see actions, on your little thing, you'll see where it says whip, and then it should say plus 14.
Yes, I am grabbing it and I have the dice in the hand and I put it on the
Monster
icon, but it doesn't do anything.
didn't roll. Huh. We've had that problem before.
that's
If you want to do it,
Yeah, roll
Yeah,
into
just-
chat.
Okay.
Yeah, roll into chat.
Oh,
that was close. Let me see if it hit. It actually might hit. It will hit. Actually, that's the funny
Whoa.
part.
Yes.
They don't
Wow.
have a lot of AC. They while in the picture they look cool, they're just like walking around. Think like giant, fat pustules that they're just walking around.
so should I roll damage in the chat?
Yes, please.
I was gonna say try it on him first and then try chat.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it didn't work, I think.
Nope. Yep, you could just roll into the chat then. 8 points of damage. So, as you reach out with this, you do exactly what you wanted. You kind of reach out, you whip him in the face, and you yank off where Rain had carved that that dagger mark on its face. You finish it off by ripping off the bottom of this creature's chin, and that
Yes.
big floppy tongue just goes and it's like wah, and it falls over into the dirt. You still have 2 more actions. There is the giant guy in the back who Dawn Nexon had feared. It seems that it might be coming into a little bit more resolve as seeing its friends die.
Can I use a spell?
Yes, you may use any spell you would like that you have access to.
What does captivating adoration do again?
So that basically says you become intensely entrancing, and creatures are distracted by you as long as they may remain in your area. So you kind of cast a spell and you become the focus of their attention.
And what is charming touch?
That one, well, I don't know if you want to use that one. That one you have to go touch somebody. You reach out, you touch the creature, but if you pass, the target becomes friendly towards you. Or if you critically succeed, it can't do anything against you. Hostile. So like won't eat you. It'll eat your friends, but not you.
Okay, and what does savor this thing does?
That's not a problem. That one is a little bit more aggressive. That is from the pain school of your goddess. And you inflict pain and anguish. You deal mental damage to them. They feel bad for what they did.
Oh, then let's go with that one.
Sure.
Sounds perfect.
Good. It's good.
I like that one.
I like
So
that one.
So Scarlet, you kind of just move forward, right? And you're just gonna reach out and touch the big baddie.
Yes.
Let's see what happens. Right. So with spells are a little bit different. You have to grab. I could do it for you, but you grab this and my spellcasters could correct me if I'm wrong, because as the DM, I taught it to them, and then I've never done it after. So, you grab the little D20 next to there in the where it says cast, correct? And then you drop it on the creature, and it should just cast it.
I have a problem. The spells have just disappeared. I think I misclicked something.
That's okay. Oh, something. Oh no. I'll re-enter your spells, but I was able to click it for you on the big baddie.
Yep. I think down the bottom there is standard spells, combat preparation. There should be a little word down the bottom. If you click on that, it might come back.
Which one? I can only see focus spells.
Yeah.
Oh, they. Yeah, I'll take care of it. It's not a problem.
We've got a break coming up in about 15 minutes, so we'll take a look there.
Sorry.
So it did disappear off her thing. I'm looking at her thing, and the magic disappeared. She was like, "I have magic." Not anymore though. But the creature did critically fail its save against your touch, your sting. And that's sad, because I thought this guy would be way more difficult. Now I'm sad forever. So it takes 3 points and 2d4 persistent mental damage. 6 persistent. That's a lot. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I would like to, if possible, run back behind Rain.
Sure.
Yes.
That's what a lot of
Behind
people
me.
do.
Please do. Please do. No. I got you.
And then I'm just quickly going to complain that it ruined my nails. And that's it.
Oh, we might have a salon in the town.
Oh, that's good to know.
Might. I've never actually visited. I have no idea.
Next up is Nexon. Nexon, what would you like to do?
I am going to I will call out to Cecilia. Fate's on our side, and I will give her it's in a different spot. Nudge fate.
Nice.
So come on. I keep dragging the screen. There we go. Okay, that did. But that gives you either a +1 to turn like a critical failure into a failure, or a failure into success. So if you're one off, it bumps it up. And then I am just going to shuffle my feet together really quickly and point out my finger and cast Electric Arc on
Nice.
the big guy. So he takes half damage.
Some-
But that is still
Wow.
7 damage. And that's
Nice.
my turn.
Awesome. As the lightning crackles over its body, it starts to smell like bacon. As you burn the fatty monster. Next up is Cecilia.
I am going to just fire 3 crossbow bolts at it, I think.
Yeah.
Just one after another. So
Yep.
24.
24 will hit.
7.
Sadly will not hit. That one goes a little wide.
And then the last one.
Ooh, 23 will hit. Yeah, so 2 attacks. So you deal
Would
damage.
18 hit?
18 would hit.
A 3.
So all 3 will hit then.
There you go.
So 29 points of damage.
Ooh.
That is a lot
Nice.
of damage. Yeah, so you light this thing up. It looks like a pincushion at this point. It goes. It's still sad because of Nexon. It's sad because of Nexon. It's also in pain mentally because of our new friend Scarlet. So it's struggling right now. And it's going to, and this is the weird part. It's going through all these different emotions, right? But its most baseline emotion is gluttony. So it's gonna just drop to the floor, and it's gonna pick up its downed friend in front of Rain. It's gonna open its massive jaw, and it's going to consume its friend and gain life, because
Cool.
that's what it can do.
I eat my feelings too. I get that.
He is eating his feelings. Yes.
Relatable.
Dead friend.
Awesome. Apparently, they are only worth 1 point.
Could I maybe do something as a quote unquote attack of opportunity? Could I have Kalodi grab onto the leg of the thing he's trying to eat?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be against you. You can make an athletic check. I mean, it is slippery, right? These things are just like
Kalodi's
just oily.
Kalodi's just gonna try and grab onto its leg as it's being like devoured. Oh, come on, no, missed.
Sadly, because it's so oily, Kalodi like reaches out and Kalodi slips off. The creature just consumes its dead ally. Gain 1 point of life, and that's its turn, because that's the reactions for the gluttony spawn.
So also,
Yeah.
what's happening with that? Persistent
That's
damage?
my persistent mental damage done
okay.
by Scarlet.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so just real quick, question from chat is, shouldn't Cecilia be getting a attack bonus from getting the info dump from earlier?
Oh, yes, she would have had +2. I apologize for that.
Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Not that it would have made much of a difference, but yeah, it's always important to know these things. Also, I would like to give a very special shout out and thank you to Prince Vegeta for donating $10 to the stream. Of course, all donations go to these wonderful performers for all of their time and all their work. And he has awarded 2 hero points to Rain.
Oh, what?
Yes.
I'm gonna be unstoppable.
Clearly,
Just like Vegeta.
Clearly some favorites in chat. Just saying, putting that out there. No, it's great. No, it's awesome. And
Because Prince Vegeta is the best. Vegeta is obviously the best Dragon Ball character, as we also know, and we worship at Vegeta's feet.
That's only well, yeah. Until we get to the point where we're talking about dads, then Piccolo has it all over everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Piccolo
Fair
is best.
point.
Piccolo is best dad. Okay.
Piccolo is best dad.
All right. So, yes, Collodi Malvolo. Malvolo, seeing Rain's foot bleeding, will dive bomb into the ground. No, he won't dive bomb into the ground. I'm kidding. No, he definitely will not. He walks over with his first action, very carefully leans down and goes, "Huh, it looks as though you're in a bit of trouble."
What gave it away? The bleeding hoof?
Now, sarcasm's not going to fix this any faster than I am. And I'm
You're
going
right.
to use my ability, which I'm going to read out because, we're learning stuff. So I'm going to use my first ability, which is Battle Medicine, which allows me to use a heal check in combat.
Yep.
I'm then going to use Assurance, which is my skill feat that allows me to take 10 even in stressful situations on basic checks that I have ranks in. So I'm going to take 10 on my medicine check to get a 28. Now, in addition to that, I'm also going to use my ability of...
No, that's not high enough, Michael.
Oh,
You can keep going. You got to get it higher. Those
this is
that
fine.
28 is not even close.
Not even close. Not even near what I needed to get. Oh no, I didn't take that thing. Damn it! I thought I did. I thought I thought I took the thing where I always get a crit. Oh, but it's not a crit. But that's fine. I'm gonna heal Rain for 11 points of damage, and that will also stop her bleeding foot.
Yes.
Yeah. Damn. That's right. No, I didn't. I got the impeccable crafting feat. That's what I thought I took the the auto crit, but yes, we went crafting because I like crafting.
Thank you. I'll pay you back in acorns later.
What? Why acorns?
Because that's all I have.
He also doesn't know that Collodi has been storing acorns.
You're going to have so many acorns.
He's gonna have so many acorns. All right. The Collodi. He's going to then instruct Collodi forward. And basically have Collodi do two actions. The first action is I'm going to try to provoke an attack of opportunity from the giant by moving around him. Yep, so I'm going to try and intentionally provoke an attack.
You're doing like an enticing hit me dance.
Yes, it is his fan dance with chainsaws.
The creature is actually going to take a attack of opportunity because it can. And it's going to attack. And by attack,
hands,
I mean
Collodi. Jazz hands.
it's gonna try and reach out and touch you.
Ow! With a great axe.
Not that great.
You say that before the damage. All right.
That was pretty good.
Takes 30 points of damage. There's Collodi wondering, like, yes, he will now bite me, and then I will go inside his body and explode. Ha 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 ha! Thwack!
Ow.
Ow! That was not.
Where's Admiral Akbar right now?
That's a trap. All right, I'm gonna go with 4 for my critical hit. Bullcrap. It's a slashing weapon, right?
Yes.
Okay, so solid blow. It does triple damage. So as the axe,
So one more.
as the axe leans in, yeah, you basically roll it again. As it leans in, it hits
Nice.
Collodi square in the head, and as it does, Collodi is just like, ow. And then he just kind of leans in and presses the axe in a bit more. And he's like, ow, 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 ow. And we'll take extra. And he goes, all right, that's it. And I'm going to use my last action with Collodi to basically, again, just chainsaw the heck out of the center mass of this thing. Because that's what I get. It's what I get. All right, 24. Eat chainsaw.
Oh. How do you wish to kill this giant gluttonous sad sack?
All right. So, Collodi uses his chainsaw and cuts through the thigh muscle of the of this giant creature, and as he does so, it sort of lumbers down and sort of comes down to size. Collodi like rips the axe from his head and sort of uses it to like shunt the big creature down, and as he does, he just starts. This. Why didn't you eat me? It's gratuitous and excessive is the two words that I would like to describe the kill blow.
With that, Collodi finishes this sad sack of fat. It slumps to the floor, and what you notice is as with the other ones that are now still on the field who haven't been eaten by this giant thing, they start to melt away, and it starts to reek, and flies just come out of the bodies and take to the air. The very large one, does very similar, same effect, but as it melts to the ground and decomposes very quickly, you notice this one had a lot of stuff in its belly, and there's armor like it, and a skeleton, obviously, and you realize that it probably just eaten like right before they got here.
Oh God, am I really gonna do this? I'm gonna dive into its stomach.
Like
I don't mind getting dirty. Yeah, I'm just gonna I don't have sleeves, but I'm just gonna kind of go through that process and get down on my knees and begin to dig through this creature.
And I am going to watch you from far away.
Malvolo agrees and stands right next to Scarlet. This is probably the closest he has stood to Scarlet since her arrival, but there is definitely a shared mutual sensation. It's an aura of yuck is what I'd like to say, being emitted.
You're a doctor. Good grief.
That thing is dead. I can't do anything for it.
It's just...
He's gone.
Does somebody want to help hold this? Like, she's pulling out like a string of intestines.
Yeah, no, I got you.
It's a bad clown trick right now.
Yeah, don't worry, I got you. Collodi's like helping you.
Run. Take it and run.
Run?
Pull the whole thing out.
Oh, no, it's fine. I got this. You watch as Collodi starts stuffing his inner workings with the intestine as he's just like filling it up. Hey, these are really...
No!
Huh?
No, don't do it. Why are you
What?
eating it? Don't put it in. I just meant to like pull it out. You don't have to. We're not taking it with us.
Oh! I thought we would have... nope, it's fine. My bad. He walks over to the cliff face, because there was a cliff nearby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he walks over to the cliff face and sort of empties out like the bit that he put in, and then he... Oh no, wait, he ties a rock to it, and then goes... And then... Just to kind of like pull it out, rather than us pulling it, to like have the rock.
Thank you. Brain just has to pull back for a second as the intestines are just kind of like ripped out of it.
You see Collodi just giving a big thumbs up, covered in blood and viscera. Like an axe is cut through his head, so it's like half open.
Collodi, was it?
Yeah, it's Collodi.
I would say your entire act is gratuitous and excessive. You do know that, right?
That's what my mother used to call me.
Lodi, you don't have a mother.
Yeah. It's just him. He used to call me that. I do call him that.
Do you call him mother?
No, but I do call him daddy.
Okay. All right. Let's keep digging through this.
Oh, shit. Collodi quickly looks over the cliff to see if anyone was at the bottom.
As you have tossed that over the edge, you now just see like seagulls, right? Like just tons of seagulls. Luckily, there is no one directly over the edge.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yep, all good.
Just traumatized some children that were playing nearby, though.
They're
Yeah.
like playing soccer or some shit. Just...
They just run away.
As Rain, as that goes through, Cecilia, you being an investigator, you have a keen eye, and this is actually part of like your class. You're able to just kind of spot things out, right? Like it's just something you can do. And as that's going, your eye picks up on the armor. Obviously you would quickly, your eye would go for either a maker's mark or some kind of marking to detect what it would be from. And on the armor, it's generic metal armor. It's dented and battered. But on the armor, there is a symbol of a arrow, and the arrowhead is all black. Like it's like a black arrowhead.
Can I ask a question? This symbol here with the arrow and the black arrowhead, is that relevant?
Oh,
Significance to anyone?
I'll take a quick look if you don't mind. Do I recognize it?
In the area, you did see it. Nexon, Rain, and Marvolo all kind of noticed this. Nexon, you're a little much you're a little closer to this field. You had noticed it, that there were soldiers in the area, and you remember those guards you talked to, the one that Marvolo never went back to fix their gout. You remember one of the guards was talking about how these hunters are out here, and they're like a private military group, and they keep this area safe.
It belongs to a group like a private contractor, hunter, military folk. So he may have had a run-in with this sin spawn, trying to keep.
And they're what, supposed to keep people safe from these things? They did a terrible
exactly,
job.
but probably just got in a little over his head with this.
All right, well, I've made a note. If that's relevant in the future, I'll remember.
right. Well, I suppose we have a couple of options. We can keep moving forward, or we could go let them know and try to find the rest of this particular group, in case they're wondering what happened. Any preferences? I mean, closure is always good, but at the same time, this is also sort of their job, and the risks come with the job, right?
I have no ties to this land and all these people, so I do not care.
Well, if I had to say anything about it, I think we should. I think we should get cleaned up and probably see to looking into maybe having Cecilia look at some of the stuff that we came across in Magnamar.
Now that's a good idea.
They'd say I've got the brains of this group. Yep. And you watch as just acorns start pouring out of his head.
Rain, are you done?
Rifling through intestines.
Well, it was important. We never knew what he was going to find on the inside.
No, I agree. I just, if you're going to get dirty, I'm not going to bother cleaning you up.
No, I'm
just okay. Yeah, she's going to start pulling out some thread and just casting prestidigitation and cleaning Rain up.
Her fur is just suddenly much cleaner. Thank goodness. Oh, that would have taken forever to get that out. And the smell alone, just you can't really wash that off. It just takes weeks on its own.
As prestidigitation happens, and the party is kind of packing up, and Scarlet and Marvolo have taken a very far step away from everything. Cecilia, you've jotted down the notes, and you wrote in your journal. As all of this is happening, a arrow slams at the foot of Kolodi. As Kolodi kind of turns, you see coming from a tree line an elvish woman is just full sprint coming towards your group. As she gets closer, she stops, and you, Rain, Nexon, Marvolo, you all recognize her. It's an old friend. It's Shalelu, the elven ranger that you worked with many months ago. She comes forward and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, what?
Shalelu! Oh my gosh, you found us. You really shouldn't be out here. We just happened to come across some sin eaters, and I'm just glad you didn't find them."
Wait, you guys?" And she looks and she picks up the arrow, looks at Clody and is like, "Sorry, Clody. I'm tracking I don't know what they were. A giant maybe." And she looks, she goes, "Wait, wasn't there 2 short ones and a lizard?"
We have quite a lot to catch up on since last we met. Perhaps once we catch our breath, and maybe you can tell us about these giants?
And she looks around and she goes, "What happened?" And with that, we will take our quick break. We normally take a 15-minute break just to kind of grab something to drink, grab something to eat. For the people who are late at night, I guess get a cup of coffee, keep yourselves awake. For the rest of us, grab some water, some juice, or some tea. So we'll be right back. And I want to say thank you very much to, everyone. So behind the scenes, I know we don't shout it out, but we had a raid jump in. We had donations. We had someone gifts up like a ton of people. It was crazy at one point.
We did. So a very quick shout out. We give a massive thank you to all the raiders who are still with us, who came in with the Dreaded GM. We love Dread. We got some big stuff planned for October. So if you don't know who he is, the Dreaded GM, that's where you want to be. You want to go check that guy out. He does some incredible stuff. Big thank you to all of our followers. Two Banana Curls, Emerald Wise, Markham Wrights, Connor Dover, who came in with another smaller raid that came in. We love you guys, and we love your music stream. Cannot wait to catch you guys again. He has also learned Rainbow Connection, because I made him. And to Noria Rick for donating a ton of gift subs, Salsa Ray for resubscribing, and of course for Quintuple West Malay, who came and followed us later on, and Bloody Z for that group donation, and of course Prince Vegeta, the nobleman himself, who had donated $10 to give Rain some hero points. RPG Dino Bob, who just rated us right now. Hi, Dino Bob! I hope that your world building stream went well, dude. Seriously, guys, again, another big shout out. Dino Bob is one of the most fun, entertaining, and awesome world builders that I have ever had the pleasure of going and dropping on this stream. If you have not checked him out already, I'm going to do a quick link onto his channel. Guys, we've actually come in just as we're taking our 15-minute break. So please, guys, if you've come in with the Bob raid, definitely, that was awful, Michael. You should know how to do your own freaking things. This is why I have mods. There we go. So if you guys haven't had the chance to, go grab a drink, relax, unwind. We'll be back in 15 minutes and continue our epic adventure. See you soon. Bye-bye!
Hi, and welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. We were able to get some stuff done. We pleased the fantasy ground gods, and we're able to set the spells for Ari/Scarlet. So super excited for that. And yeah, we're just gonna jump right back into it. I'm just gonna give a quick recap. Our players have just met Cecilia and Scarlet, two new adventurers pulled from time and space into the current campaign. Cecilia is playing, AJ is playing Cecilia, and that is a cat folk, and Ari is playing Scarlet, a elf. The party was dragged to a location. They then met Cecilia and Scarlet, had a conversation, and then three weird sin-spawn monsters showed up, talking, being jerks, and that's weird for them as they don't normally talk. And then there was a giant one that Nexon made it regret its life choices, and then Scarlet made it feel bad about everything. And since it was the sin-spawn of gluttony, it did decide to eat its feelings by eating its companions. As it ended, they did find that the giant one had eaten maybe a soldier fairly recently, and Cecilia noticed a specific marking of a black arrow. Nexon realized that's like a local militia, local military troop in the area. And at the very last second, an old friend from days gone by shows up, and it's Shalelu, the elven huntress, who helped the party early on, and they helped her by helping her take captive the bugbear in many moons ago. And that's where we left off. Shalelu had come forward, now seeing new people, is like, ooh, what happened? And yeah.
And during the break, Malvolo spilled the beans with this time connecting words between sentences. Explaining, of course, the grand tale that led them from the last time they'd seen Shalelu, which was hunting down the bugbear Bruthasmus, and learning that he was working for none other than the evil monarch Nualia, who was trying to raise an evil creature from within the cells of a deeply forgotten temple on Thistletop, which is where we left Krut, our wrathful companion, trapped behind a wall, forever guarding the Sinrune Wrath Sword. We had then been accused of murder after several were discovered in the town of Sandpoint, and went on a journey to prove our innocence, finding that the culprits were in fact a series of serial-killing, ghoul-infesting madmen in the town of Magnamar, ruled and controlled, manipulated even, by Zanishta, a Lamia, a snake woman-like creature who had claimed to be working with others to bring something to a head. But what that something is, we do not know. And that is where we received the summons to our new friends, Cecilia, the catfolk investigator, and Scarlet, the elven cleric, prior to, of course, Shalelu's own arrival. And we were just on our way back to Magnamar to investigate more into this other group that Zanisha was talking about.
Wow, that is a lot, Malvolo.
I feel like I need a board of some kind and string. It's a lot of names, and quite frankly, way too much information for someone who came out of a portal maybe 30 minutes ago.
Kalodi presents you with a board with a nail in it.
Perfect.
I've got the string.
Do you take out a ball of yarn? Because that's consent.
Probably.
No, put it away.
And
Yeah.
I need a bath with candles and perfume and maybe some petals.
Well, it's nice to list everything that we want right now. Maybe, Shalea, we'll catch you up a little bit. Like, yes, we've got 2 new friends.
Yeah, that is a lot happening.
Yes. I mean, we will be looking for a spa later. But
Oh,
Scarlet broke a nail.
Lou.
Yes.
Jalelu, yes.
All right.
So I see that you've handled something, and it looks fairly large. I'm actually looking for two things to be specific. One, I was tracking down a giant of sorts. The people in the town said, in the local villages were claiming they were being raided. Their livestock was being eaten, and it also looked like this is strange. Some of the people who were like the townsfolk were complaining about bites they were receiving, and then they just kind of started disappearing. Different townsfolk started disappearing. So I'm looking for them, but on top of that, I'm also looking for a order of mercenaries, maybe knights. They go by the order of the Black Arrow. They were supposed to be out this way, but haven't seen any of them.
Well, I think we found one of them in this sin spawn that we just fought.
Excuse me?
If you take a look at the armor, you'll see the black arrow.
Mm-hmm.
So she like walks up to the armor, pokes it with her bow. Oh. Well, this is did you see where these things came from?
Not where they came from. They just happened to step out in front of us on our way back.
Okay. So, looks like some of the black arrows are now missing, as well as this thing's huge. What was it?
A sin eater or something?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how to access properly without being rude, but I thought we took care of all that. You guys said you took care of that.
Yes.
Well, we took care of one infestation, I guess, and it appears to be that there are other instances of it popping up.
And as far as we know, new people having arrived from, well, elsewhere, should indicate that maybe there is even a new threat, something else that we may not have been connected with previously.
Okay. So the black arrows, they specifically deal with handling giants and giant invasions up this far north. There are issues with hill giants coming down and raiding camps. Now the reason why I'm looking for the black arrows is specifically because I was hearing about farms and villages being raided and their livestock all going missing. This thing looks big. Can the Sin Eater things get this large?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, clearly.
I mean, obviously we stopped that one from getting any larger, but the more that they can devour, and it does seem like they can devour their own as well, that they can grow to enormous sizes.
Especially if they were, I don't know, eating livestock.
Yes, that would definitely attribute to that sizing.
So, what do you propose? We should. If the Black Arrows were looking into this and these giants are receiving help from these Sin Eaters, we should probably try and even the odds. Maybe take a few of these Sin Eaters with us because, well, they're. I can't think of another reason why we have two people who have come from. Well, you get what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's. I love seeing you guys, but every time it's something new.
I'm sorry. I feel like you're very anxious. Would you mind a little massage? And before you can answer anything, I give you an unsolicited back rub massage and shoulder massage, and say just lean into it, just relax. It's gonna be okay. All right.
And she kind of like lets the muscles drop, like her muscles. She's like, "Oh, okay," and then she's just looking at Rain, like you, because you're behind her, giving the back, and she's just like, with a confused look, and is just staring out at you, Rain, and it's just like, "What? Oh, this is lovely, thank you."
Can I ask a question?
Okay.
The giants, have they been seen, or was it likely that they've been mistaken for these now dead creatures?
And she like taps Scarlet's hand.
And I kind of put my hand over your face like this. While
She's
you talk.
And she like taps your hand. She's like, "Thank you, thank you."
Then I give you a kiss.
She's like, she blushes a little bit. She's like, "Thank you." The giants, and she like now it's she's coming back to, and she's like, I'm sorry." And she holds her hand out.
Can I just look at Rain, give her a wink at her, and say, "You're next."
Oh. Huh?
She'll like thrust her hand out at Cecilia and is like, I'm sorry, I don't think I caught your name. Mine's Shalelu, and obviously you know my friends.
Cecilia.
Nice meeting you, Cecilia. So and you're with her, and she points at Scarlet. She's like,
No, I wouldn't say it that way.
Okay. So before we kind of go out, so the giants, yes, giants, going back to the giant situation. So no one had seen them. They did find large tracks. I'm assuming this thing would be about the same size, right? Like a giant tracks, hill giant tracks. This thing was fairly large by looking at the mess of it. So it is possible that the giants were being blamed. Now, the Black Arrows are very competent giant hunters, but these aren't giants.
No.
So I have to obviously head to their fortress to see if they're there, to alert them on what is going on down here, to Fort Rannick.
And you need an escort.
I would appreciate an escort to Fort Rannick. Now to get there, we have to go down. There's a local, kind of like, how can I say it? It's like a local town. It's called Turtleback, and they have the ferry that can take us over to Fort Rannick.
All right.
Ooh.
Rain,
Yes.
you believe this is part of the reason I'm here?
Most likely. It does have the benefit that a lot of these things just fall into our lap. So far, we've been really lucky just to roll with the punches, often quite literally.
So to clarify, we're aimless adventurers that just solve things until the puzzle's complete.
Well, normally we follow a track of dead bodies.
And I
Understood.
wouldn't necessarily say aimless. There's definitely been, we followed clues and leads and all that.
We did. Don't. Well, I know we just met, but I guess I'm going to unload some of my baggage on you. So prepare yourself.
Do I have a
had
choice?
no.
Good. Okay.
Mainly, well, in the terms of aimless, it wasn't per se aimless, but it was certainly thrust upon us. I didn't have a choice, for example, on some of the letters I received. It turns out that someone had who was behind some of the actions here they were interested in me, and so they wrote me letters made of people's skin. So we solved that puzzle and finding them and seeking out information and finding them in their home, and we're able to, at least in their home, find closure. Some doors are still open, unfortunately, but we've been doing some work in this process. Once we find an initial lead, it's just oftentimes once we close one small segment of it, we still struggle to see the larger picture and where that next step leads.
Which is why I'm here, obviously.
Yeah.
I will say, though, unwanted suitors is always an issue.
It was very unwanted.
I relate to you there, which I'm concerned about. But what I will say is, if you're not aimless, then you are a active investigation team.
Yes.
Again, solving the riddles in order to work out why we're all here.
Yes. Ideally, though, eventually we'd like to get ahead of the game.
Yes, that is the mission, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused about why she's here, though.
Most of these things reveal themselves in time. You never know, especially in the certain moments. There are powers or individuals that really connect with us. Unfortunate. Like before, we used to have an individual and she was amazing, which was really helpful. She had this ability to work with the dead, but in a kindly, respectful manner, which I had never seen before. I was quite impressed. And it certainly opened my eyes to a new understanding of how we can interact with the dead. But we had a lot of dead. And her timing was perfect in being able to manage that situation. So you never know, depending on who we come across and unfortunately the puzzles they throw. I suppose I have more of an open, we'll see, and we'll take any help because we need it. Or at least I do.
Well, take solace in the fact that we're here. Cheer up.
Thank you.
Good.
Right. Brain's going to go in for a hug, possibly misreading the situation.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine.
We're
One
not there
day.
yet. We are
Would
not.
you want to?
Yes, I open my arms. I'm here for a hug.
And
Perfect.
that's why she's here.
Brain will go ahead and give her a good moose hug. Just a warmth. You kind of find yourself buried a little bit in her fur. Kind of like that nice motherly hug. Like there's something that's so comforting about it that feels like just the best stuffed animal is holding you.
And I kind of like touch your shoulders and say, oh, you have a lot of news there.
Oh.
Of knots.
Oh. I do carry a lot, emotionally and physically.
Yeah, I sense a lot of baggage.
You know, to unpack someday. I already had to share some of my embarrassing history.
I'm not usually one for teamwork, But in this circumstance, I do believe you're right, which is hard for me to say, that we each present our own skill set. So, should we go to Fort Radnick?
Yes, I think that would be excellent. See what we can find.
Okay, so Shalelu kind of gathers everyone together, looks at everyone and says, okay, so we have to be prepared that this is giant country, so we have to be aware of what we are doing. Follow my lead, and if anything goes awry, just do what I do. Sometimes we could talk our way out of it. Sometimes the giants are just agitated. Hopefully, it's a safe trip.
Right.
Heading out, following a dirt road. Few hours go by, and now you come up onto a hill. Still following close to the shoreline. You now look down in a small town, much smaller than Magnamar, slightly smaller than Sands Point, but she looks and you see a sign sticking out of the ground that says Turtleback Ferry. And she looks, she says, well, we've come pretty far. I haven't noticed any kind of giants in the area, which is good. Turtleback is a good town. I'll procure some lodging for the evening. Just be aware they are skeptical of strangers.
Sorry, that seems super quick. How long have we been traveling?
About 2 hours.
2 hours? Okay. In that 2 hours, have we seen any signs of like rivers or lakes or water or anything like that outside of Turtleback Ferry?
You were following the coastline.
Okay, so we're following the edge. Okay.
Yeah.
I put my hood up. If they're skeptical of strangers, I'm going to camouflage that I'm catfolk.
Oh, and if they're skeptical of stranger, I will like adjust my cleavage.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. Cleavage always helps the situation.
True.
First impressions matter.
Yeah.
Okay. We just need to say hi or hello or how do you what's the words how do giants prefer to greet each other?
I got this, Rain.
Okay.
Hi. What am I supposed to ask them?
I think we're just staying at.
I think we're just finding a place to stay till the ferry leaves tomorrow.
There we go.
Okay.
I'm sure you're not unused to asking for a bed.
Indeed. I will take care of it. So, can I use some kind of charm spell?
Yeah, you could use a charm spell if you need to.
So did we already find people? Like
No, you guys are
yeah.
are literally coming into the town. You haven't gotten into the town at all.
Okay, so I go to the first person that I see and ask where the best beds are. Sorry, am I supposed to ask it out loud?
No, I got it. I'm trying to think of who would be like the first people you would see.
Who's unfortunate for us to find.
Yeah, so as you're going and you're kind of near the shore, you're near the line, the water line. You kind of come up and you see this just fisherman walking. He's got like a line, he's got fish on it, and Scarlet kind of like takes off and is like, "Hey, where can we get the best beds?" And he was like, "What? Excuse me?" and he kind of looks you up and down. And he's like, "Oh, an elf. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I help you? Beds? Are you looking for?" And then he kind of like perks up, seeing who you are, and he kind of like straightened his clothing. He was like, "My bed."
No, like a proper bed, clean, and that doesn't smell like fish.
Oh, and he looks at his fish and he's like, oh, um, I'm sorry, like a proper bed. Oh, like a room to stay at.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that I can handle.
The most luxurious that you have.
The most luxurious. Well, there is the bottoms up. It's run by I like going there. It's pretty nice.
Bottoms up.
The bottoms up, yes. It's it's a nice.
You want to have something called rather like the crescent moon or the blue lotus or.
Oh, there's the turtles parlor, but that's I don't go there. Everything's kind of it's a little bit too expensive for my taste. It's nothing I.
The turtle parlor it is. Okay, thank you. Oh wait, where can we find that?
It's in town. You really can't miss it.
Okay, then let's go. Guys, I have found the perfect place.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Turtles Parlor. It's the most cozy in town.
Well, that's an adorable name. I wonder if they have actual turtles there. I mean, like how you've heard of things like raccoon cafes? Maybe it's a turtle parlor with actual turtles there.
Sorry, I hate to be a stickler in the mud, but does our money from the past hold any relevancy?
Only to collectors. But I've got some money that I've saved up from my time working in Sandpoint. I'd be more than happy to pay for accommodations.
Yeah, we've got a decent amount.
Okay, just in case, I have what I call my special, which maybe could help.
I want to ask more questions, but I'm afraid of the answers.
Yeah, trust me, you don't want to.
All right.
So I suggest we go to the Turtles Parlor, and I suggest you also watch and learn, as I get all the rooms for free for everyone.
Oh, okay. That's impressive.
Go ahead.
Is it? Yeah. So we just go in town? Okay.
At this point, Shalalu's kind of like dumbfounded as to like what Scarlet just did, and Shalalu's like, okay, yeah. So apparently she's gonna procure lodging for this evening, and that's fine. I have to go speak to a few of my contacts in the town, see what's going on. So we'll meet up later tomorrow, right? We can meet up tomorrow after the evening. I heard you guys had things you needed to do. And then she points at Scarlet. She was saying she needed a bath. I don't know if she's gonna get a bath here, maybe, but it's a possibility. And then she just looks and she looks at Nexon and Marvolo, and she's just like, "Are you guys gonna be okay? You guys are okay?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be fine.
Well, okay, Turtle Palace it is.
Parlor.
Parlor, Turtle Parlor. Got it. That's very easy to remember. Okay. Just be safe and keep your ears open for whatever's out there, because it keeps getting stranger and stranger. You make your way down into the town of Turtleback. People are staring, not just kind of in awe of seeing new faces, as this isn't a huge metropolis. It's not even a giant town. Every so often, mothers will grab their children and pull them close to keep them away from the group of strangers now walking into the town. You make your way down Main Street, center of the town. You find your way to one of the larger establishments, and it's clearly obvious on the front billboard. It says Turtle Parlor. It's two-story building, fairly large. Time has worn away at this ornate building. The paint seems dull. The gilding on it has worn away. And as you enter, there's carpeting, which is strange. Most of these places don't have carpeting, but this has carpeting. There's a large bar in the center on the main floor. Stairs going up to the side, probably to the rooms upstairs. And as you go in, there's an older man kind of behind the bar, washing down some glasses.
So I walk towards him, and I do have a spell that makes people fall in love with me for 10 minutes, right?
You do have the yes, that focus point, the charming touch spell.
Oh, it's the charming touch. Okay.
Yeah.
So can I use that?
So you just kind of walk up to him, and you're okay. Yeah. So, what do you do, Scarlet?
So I bat my eyelashes and I say hi.
He looks at you and he says, "Ma'am, how may I help?"
I would like to know the prices of your most expensive and luxurious suite.
The moment you say the most expensive and luxurious suites, he puts his glass down and he like straightens up. He straightens his mustache. He says, "Well, ma'am," and he puts his hands on the bar, and he like back straight, looks you in the eyes, and he says, "Well, ma'am, for our suites, they go for about 15 gold pieces an evening. Now, for a lovely thing like yourself, I can easily do that for 12. And would all of them want a room like that?"
I turn back quickly. I say, "What do you say, guys? Each one a room, or do you want to?"
Yes, please.
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm fine sharing, but
I thought
Now-
Each one a room would be fine.
Okay, now mind you, we only do have that one suite at 12 gold pieces for you. I could also procure rooms for about 10 gold pieces for each of them, if that's acceptable for everyone.
The thing is, hold on. I think I forgot my wallet, and could you please?
And he leans closer.
And I go kind of, and I say, the thing is, I also forgot my pajamas.
Oh well, I could send. Well, that's a problem. So I could definitely send for a runner to the local store to procure some pajamas for yourself if you need. But sadly, I don't.
A gift for me. You're so
No,
kind. You're such
a
a beautiful soul. Oh,
a
and
gift,
I really like
no.
your beard.
And he's, thank you. But no, I'm sorry. A gift? No, well, we can open the tab. Would that be easier? Maybe we'll open the tab for you and your group. If you're going to be staying, how long would you be staying for?
I turn back to my friends. How
Mhm.
long should we stay?
Couple days? 2?
Couple days.
I think we're heading out in the morning.
So just for the night.
Whenever
Oh,
the
for the
ferry
evening.
comes.
Well, I would love to open up a tab, but just for one night, I would need to be paid up front. It's just how we do here, ma'am. I'm sorry.
The thing is, I told you, I think I forgot my wallet. So if you could make a commercial gesture on top of the gift, that would be the most generous thing anyone has ever done to me.
And he's just he's like, so we haven't gotten many travelers lately. And I would love to have someone like you here. Maybe there is a way. Do you have any professional talents that you could possibly do here at the bar, at the establishment, that would maybe pay for you and your group's way?
Oh, you have no idea.
Are you a singer? Can you sing? Can you dance? Is there anything like that? Is this are you a bard?
I can do all of those, sure, but I was thinking about something a little bit more niche.
Okay.
And then I kind of grab my whip and like yank it on the bar.
With that, he kind of like steps back, he puts his hands up, and he goes, "Well, I don't want any trouble here, ma'am. I apologize. Like I said, he has his hands up, and now he thinks you're trying to rob him because you just slammed down your whip on the bar, and he's like, I'm sorry, ma'am. Like I said, we don't have much money behind the counter. Now he's looking out and realizing that, like, Rain is just a moose of a person behind you, realizing like, oh man, they're dead. He's like, look, I won't call the sheriff. I swear, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Forward. Cecilia will step forward. I'm just gonna blatantly lie to this man.
Okay.
You do know you're speaking to a princess, right?
Wait, she's a princess?
Of course.
A princess here in my establishment?
Yes.
Okay. So now that
was her offense, would you?
I would. What's her name? Where is she from?
I am the princess of Calistria.
The goddess? You're her daughter?
Her offspring, yes, amongst many others.
I need some kind of deception roll from all of this.
I will.
It's great. It's great. You guys are doing great. So whoever would like to roll deception, they may roll deception. And in Pathfinder 2nd edition, the other person can roll. And remember, you also have a hero point. You got that reroll too. Don't forget that.
I will use that reroll and make this higher. Oh no, it was low.
So we'll take that. Now the cool thing is the other person. So Ari and AJ, who are running this new hustle, Ari can now roll deception, right? Also, and give you a bonus, AJ, to make it stronger.
Where is deception? I can't find it.
So on character.
I got it. So should I grab the?
And roll it in the little box.
The plus 14.
Yep, the plus 14. Yep.
Okay.
So that comes to about a 22. So you guys have 22 on the board. That's not bad. He is a yokel. Not many people have passed through. He does know it's a goddess, though. So we'll have to see how this plays out. So at this point, he puts his hands down and looking at the whip and now looking at Celia and Scarlet have moved forward. He goes, look, I don't want any trouble with any goddess in my establishment. I also don't want any trouble with your friends. And now he kind of peeks over behind your shoulder, Cecilia, and he's looking at Rain and Collodi, the robot person, and he's like,
yes, a hired protection, as you can understand.
mm-hmm.
At this point, hearing the two of them talking about being, everyone's laughing at me. No. Seeing the two of them talking about Calistria, Malvolo and Collodi will adjourn themselves outside. Just kind of like okay, I can't really do much to help here. I'm going to just wander outside. Is there just to sort of build the building itself? How big is this place? What is it made of? And is there a stable of some kind?
Sure. So there is a stable attached to this. It's a fairly large building. There's about 6 windows on the second floor.
Yep.
The first main floor is one large window front. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the entrance door. And there is a staircase. If you kind of like move to the side, you would see a staircase going up the back. It's kind of like a fire escape.
Okay.
Most of it's a wooden building. The front of it has been painted. At this point, it's muted due to sun and living, on near the river. It's faded. So it was a lavender at one point, but now it's kind of like a faded lavender color. The name was in gold, but that seems to have flecked away and it's just kind of now etched in there.
And is there anything stabled in the stable at the moment?
Checking over into the stable, you would notice that there are 3 horses stabled up in there.
Okay, I just want to very, very quietly kind of unstable them and just sort of
set them loose.
Yeah, not loose. I kind of want to just take them away a little bit.
It sounds illegal. Are you stealing them?
No. I'm not running away or anything like that. But I am moving them. I'm also moving Collodi into the stable.
Okay. So Collodi, I'm assuming, has now unstabled the 3 horses while Cecilia and Scarlet are talking this gentleman over.
Malvola's got the horse, and I'm not too far away. I want to be close enough that I can kind of overhear and stuff. But
yeah,
that's all.
Okay.
This is getting
so the horse.
chaotic.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We're good. Carry on. You do your thing. I might not need to do anything, but
in case there are now horses and getaway van.
No, look, okay, I'm not doing anything to the horses. I want the audience to get that out of their head. I'm not doing anything to the horses. I am keeping the horses safe. I love the horses. They're good.
So we shift back to Scarlet and Cecilia, having trying to con this poor man who's just trying to make a penny, into believing that Scarlet is a princess of the goddess. He puts his hand down. He goes, well, look, I don't want to anger your friends and your help. So having a princess, a Calistria here, would be good for business. Do any of you have the so we obviously don't want to announce that, right? Because we don't want criminals to know that a princess is here. But I would like to maybe drum up some business from the local town. Now, is there a way for that to happen so that you could stay? I could have a princess stay at my establishment, and I would also be able to make it a little extra coin.
Of course.
Yes, I wasn't threatening you with my whip. I was merely showing you my the tool I use in my profession, in my spare time. And I could, for example, throw a little show in honor of my mother, the goddess of
Mhm.
Calistria,
Okay.
tonight, which
Okay.
would gather some people, and about potential gangsters and bandits coming for me. Let them come. I'll be
Whoa.
waiting.
Okay. Yeah, not a problem. So I think now is a great time for all of us. So I'll put your little group up into a room. Could you think you guarantee me at least 50 gold pieces tonight?
Undoubtedly.
All right. Well then, he kind of takes the towel he was wiping the glasses down, wipes his hand on it. He goes, then I think we have a deal. And he holds his hand out.
As a player, can I ask something?
Sure.
Somehow or another, did we enter a negotiation to try and get free rooms and get roped into having to fulfill a 50 gold contract?
Yes.
Yep.
Can I get from the other players that we can conclusively say that that's a lot of money that we don't have?
Yes.
Good.
But
Excellent.
we're going to earn.
Excellent. There is
Or
a
Scarlett's going to
colossal
earn.
explosion that comes from the stable.
We've got more money than... Oh, no, I haven't sold that painting yet. Never mind.
So we explodey Colody out in the back.
I exploded Kalodi in the stables.
Sure. So as he starts to hold his hand out to shake your hand, Cecilia, the building rocks as an explosion outside happens. And
Rain, I need your help.
Oh,
Oh dear.
completely thrown. Rain was taking notes and just observing how Cecilia and Scarlett were handling this, just absolutely enthralled. It is totally shooken up. What are you doing?
I wasn't doing anything. I pat the
What did
horse.
you
Help
do?
me!
Runs over there. Why? Why are you doing this? What are you doing? What is even happening?
The stable is on fire. There's like bits of the building that's collapsed. Malvola's being run away by 3 horses.
yes, so
All right, so
so-
I guess I'm gonna have to try to reach out and calm the horses that are
Reach
running away in
out
panic
and-
for good reason.
On second thoughts, it seems your establishment is quite dangerous.
and he at this point he's like confused and he starts to run to the front as Rain has kind of like he's running around the bar as Rain kind of just explodes out the front. Marvolo is holding 2 horses that are rearing up, and the third horse is just in the street, kind of doing a circle, just running and confused.
Right.
Um,
Please help me. I can't get in.
Steer them this way. Back to. I'm not gonna be able to catch up to you. Come here. Do you have carrots or a snack the horses love?
No.
I'm
gonna do a survival check.
Here. Come here. I'm gonna hold out some acorns. I'm gonna pull acorns out of my bag. Tweelo's going to be upset because I'm taking his acorns, but I've got snacks. Come here. I have me in real life. I have no idea how to interact with horses. I'm not sure that's very clear right now. In my brain, this is what one does.
Can Rain make a nature check?
I will
Real
make
quickly?
the best nature check. Come here. Oh, it's a nat 20! I'm very happy about this. Apparently, apparently I'm the expert on horses.
You become the horse whisperer, and Rain kind of just runs out. The guy confused kind of runs to the front of his doors, pushes them open, seeing his stable on fire. People are now coming out as there's a fire happening. Everyone is now coming out to the streets, and up away you can now see Shalelu kind of turning a corner and making eye contact with you, Marvolo, and she puts her hands up as to say, like, what is happening? And that is where we will end it today, with a fire, with horses, with Shalelu confused as to what is happening. And
Look, to be fair,
No fairness.
no,
here.
no. We just cleared like a 100,000 gold debt. Okay,
you did.
I'm just like as soon as Malvolo heard money going like 50, we have to get this dude. We have to guarantee this man 50 gold. I'm like, that is exactly what we said to the theater people, the theater thugs. That's exactly what we said, and we were at that for months. Which is really funny because neither AJ nor Ari knew about that. So Malvolo's just like, no.
Also, I have full faith. I have full faith in Scarlet to earn 50 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that absolutely would have happened. There is a plan.
Your solution
maybe.
was to burn down the stable and set the horses free?
Well, I mean, look. To be fair, it would. I mean, I think it would take Malvolo like a night to fix it.
To fix maybe the stable.
No, the whole
But
thing,
the
because I have now got immediate craftsmen, so I can make exquisite works of carpentry and wood in mere moments. But I could drag it out over a day or a night.
I feel like you would end up in servitude to him, not us.
Yeah.
Oh, I would, but he'd need a way to keep me in town. I mean,
will, because you're going to.
and that's if he can prove it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lord.
So-
These are like those like plumbers who like poke holes in people's things and now you have to come solve the
Yeah,
issue.
yeah, it's like that. It's like the thing. Oh well, it looks like your carburetor's just out. I'm gonna have to refit the whole engine. It's gonna take I know this was a $10 job. It's gonna take me about 4 months and $12,000. Okay, yeah, we can get your stable up and down, no problem.
This definitely shows that we are good people who would never do anything wrong to swindle people out of their money.
They started.
Oh.
Wait,
Wrong
who
for
said
the one.
that?
It's nothing to do with this.
Like Nexon's like, no.
I do not know this man. I've never seen him
not with
before
us.
in my life.
Yes, Prince Vegeta. We do have a knack for getting into debt super quick.
Yeah, real fast actually. It's very strange. But with all of that said, why don't we get going, because we have two people who are in the very late of evening and they are staying up with me, and it's sad. I know my face gives people nightmares, but I appreciate you and I love you for being here with me. So with that being said, let me do the sign out thing, which I do very frequently. So obviously I want to say thank you very much to our audience and to everyone who's donated, and thank you very much to everyone who rated and kept rating and then gift subbed. That was freaking amazing. We appreciate you more than you'll ever know. I know Rain appreciates you because they have 3 hero points. I want to say thank you very much to Hero Forge for sponsoring this program. I want to say thank you very much to Sirenscape, because if you don't have your sound on, you're missing out on like 90% of this, because there's really cool sounds coming out all the time.
Also because they wouldn't be able to hear anything.
I mean, maybe they just want to watch us.
They're just looking at our faces.
They're just looking at our faces, which is okay.
They're weird enough.
Yeah. But with all that being said, now's the time where I throw it over to our players so that you can find them when they're not here and you can watch their stuff. And as always, I throw it over to Dawn, because it's Dawn. Dawn, where can they find you?
Hey folks, when I'm not here playing Nexton, you can find me over at Roll for Initiative on YouTube, where I make videos with my partner Ryan all about tabletop RPGs and our other geeky interests. And you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at R4iVlog.
Ooh. And I am Becca Godsey. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, Becca Godsey. Over there's my socials, and also here on Twitch at XCostaPhoenix. We will be here later tonight playing some Destiny 2. And then Moncat and I are launching, it's been a little soft launch right now, D20 Deathmatch. If you love your tabletop role-playing games, and you love great battles, and you love just the ridiculousness of professional wrestling and epic fights and good role-playing, D20 Deathmatch. I highly recommend you all check us out. We have our official launch coming soon, but tonight we're just doing some more play testing. So I hope you all will join us late this evening.
Love it. Hi, I'm AJ Winters. I'm a creative being from WA. I make world building videos on YouTube. Go check out Winter's Tales on YouTube, where I'm slowly building a world one step at a time that I will DM and host a D&D game in next year. Check that out.
Amazing. So, as I said, I'm a French webcomic artist. You can find my webcomic called Sally and Bean, which is set in a fantasy setting about a witch and her dragon, at Ari_Stocrat on Instagram. There you go.
And good day, guys, and welcome. My name is Michael, and I am the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place, this is my face, and you can find it here so many times per the week. You can also find it on a bunch of other channels. Let's see, my schedule is Tuesdays every fortnight. You will find me on the WASD 20 channel playing Rime of the Frost Maiden. On Wednesdays, you will find me right here. We will be doing Hero Forge Legendary, where we build Hero Forge minis. In case you didn't catch it, during today's episode, I made a lovely innkeeper for the turtle parlor, which is right next to Jared. Look at him; he's very confused. That's what? Yeah. And of course, then on Wednesday night, you'll find me on Curse of Strahd. Friday morning, you'll find me on another Pathfinder game where I'm GMing Rise of the Phoenix Tournament. And then on Saturdays, I have Strange Aeons. And then on Sundays, we are back here once again for Rise of the Runelords. And for those of you who are fans of the dreaded GM, which we obviously are, next month we are going to be helping out with a special fundraiser on Dread's channel at the beginning of the month at the 10th of October, and then at the end of the month, we are going to be at DreadCon, which is the Dreaded GM's own virtual convention. So I can't wait for that. That is all the things. That's everything. I'm done. I'm spent. Go. Ball up. Catch.
Thank you very much, Michael. And first off, I really like that miniature. But secondly, why does it look like me?
I don't know.
That's rude.
Look, if you think it looks like you, that's just coincidence, man. Like it's just.
Don't project.
That is absolutely. You know that's going to become a thing for every time we make an NPC. I'm just going to dress your mini up.
Yes.
You always use as the default.
Just generic default mini. So with that being said, when I'm not here playing with these amazing role players and having a blast, I am on my own personal channel, which is Nothing Mentioned, Nothing Game, where I do a podcast that comes out every Monday, and we play live every Wednesday. We are currently playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, but we are playing not this. We are playing Wrath of the Righteous, which is about my players killing demons. So yeah, come check us out. I have a website somewhere. It'll get linked in the doobly-doo around here. But with all of that being said, I'm going to throw it back over to Michael because he will take us out and he says the last things. Do you think, Michael?
Yes, all right. So thank you once again, everyone, and a very special thank you to everyone who rated us, who did really cool things. Guys, as you know, our channel is all about loving and caring for our fellow streamers and our fellow role players, because ultimately that's how we do. We have to raise each other up. We have to make sure that we always support each other. So do be sure to go and check out all of our friends. Go check out these people, because they produce wonderful content all around the internet, and creating is a hard enough thing. So do be sure to share all of your love, all of your appreciation, as best we can. We are now going to go and raid. Who are we going to go and raid? Okay. So for those of you who are fans of Dimension 20, which is definitely one of my favorite RPGs, we are going to go and raid Connie Sideshow, who is currently in a chat with the creative director of Dimension 20, Orion Black, during their D&D pajama party. We love Connie Sideshow. Again, Connie is another wonderful streamer and YouTuber who just does absolutely amazing stuff. Very positive guy. So we are going to go and raid him. So be sure, of course, to bombard him with all of the love and, of course, all of the lovely emotes, which I should put into chat before I start the raid. There we go. Brilliant. All right. So yeah, do stick around for the raid because, of course, that is the best way for you to also pick up a number of channel points, which, as you've seen, get used to go into not only my game, but a bunch of others as well. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming and joining us. Thank you, of course, to my wonderful players, to our sponsors, Hero Forge for the wonderful minis, Fantasy Grounds for the virtual tabletop of choice, and for Sirenscape. And as always, guys, from us to you, till next time, game hard or die trying. Good night, everyone.